I started as the master of Jin Feng's Ayulu, astonishing the world with a single sword. This video is purely for entertainment and does not infringe on copyrights or laws. The rights to the novel and image belong to the original author. We do not claim ownership. Don't like waiting and want to listen to this fanfic in full now? Subscribe to our Patreon, where you'll find the best fanfics. Chapter 101, The Immovable Demon God, Changing His Shape. Looking at Zihanai who was leaving, Nalan Rongyin's eyes darkened. She didn't guess that Zihanayu's purpose of meeting Bai Tianyu was to deal with Tianyu of the Northern Pacification Bureau. Of course, she didn't expect Zihanai to threaten Jinfeng's Tianyu Tower. But judging from the current situation, Jinfeng's Tianyu Tower will not accept the threat. Then the first Dharma king of Hanyu sect, Mo Wanji, will definitely take action. Thinking of this, she couldn't help but think of what Bai Tianyu said before. If the first Dharma king of Hanyu sect, Mo Wanji, takes action, he will definitely die. That tone was decisive. It's just that when Zihanai left just now, he mentioned that Yanyu was going to use the living dead. Living dead. According to the situation obtained by their science hall, after Yanyu of the Pacification Bureau came to Lingnan County, he has been using secret medicine to refine the living dead. It is rumored that one person was successfully refined, that is, Chu Shenji, the White Bone Mountain man who dominated Lingnan County 30 years ago. Chu Shenji was able to dominate Lingnan County 30 years ago, which shows his strength. This person is practicing, all things transformed, an extremely strange skill, which is divided into 8 levels. The higher the level of practice, the faster the speed, and the more powerful the moves. One move can make the wind and clouds move. It is rumored that when this skill is practiced to the 8th level, it consumes lifespan and can increase the power of the move by 3 times. If it weren't for the design of the commander of the North Pacification Division of Lingnan County to restrain part of Chu Shenji's power, I'm afraid Chu Shenji couldn't be captured at all. Although Chu Shenji was captured, the previous generation of the commander of the North Pacification Division of Lingnan County was also killed by Chu Shenji's, all things transformed. If Chu Shenji was successfully refined, he would be extremely terrifying. Because he could use, all things transformed, regardless of life consumption. Do I need to tell Bai Tianyu about this matter? Nalan Ronggyin said after thinking for a moment. Of course, this is also the purpose of Zihanayu's words, which is to let Nalan Ronggyin tell Bai Tianyu about this matter. In order to make Jinfeng's Tianyu Tower compromise, Nalan Ronggyin gave instructions to the housekeeper Kibo and left Science Hall. Although she did not approve of Zihanayu's approach, under the current circumstances, cooperation between Jinfeng's Tianyu Tower and Zihanayu might be the best choice. In another place, Su Chen opened his eyes and smiled. This 9-turn blood ginseng allowed him to complete the 2nd stage of the Vajra mixed origin power and officially enter the 3rd stage, the marrow refining stage. He gathered the blood and energy in his body and walked down from the bed. He prepared to sit in the courtyard. Then he thought of the 7 white lottery cards he got from Liu Wumei today. After thinking about it, he used 2 cards first, obtained the secret book of shape-changing and bone-changing skill, and obtained 1 flesh-body skill fusion card. After investigating the shape-changing and bone-changing skill, he found that it was a skill that changed the body structure and appearance. The flesh-body skill fusion card can fuse the flesh-body skills he is currently practicing. His current major flesh-body skills are Vajra mixed origin power and Vajra demon splitting. These 2 techniques previously complemented each other. One was used to strengthen the body, and the other was used to attack with powerful force. Let's see what technique will become after the fusion, Su Chen thought to himself. Using the physical technique fusion card, the information of the 7th level of Vajra mixed origin power and the 2nd level of Vajra demon splitting appeared at the bottom of the card. Add the 2 techniques to the fusion card. The next moment, Su Chen felt the blood power in his body making a series of roaring sounds. The rolling blood and energy came out from his body, and layers of blood and energy burst out from his body, appearing like rolling magma. The momentum was magnificent and explosive. And in his mind, a new set of techniques was formed. The immovable demon god technique. The fusion of Vajra mixed origin power and Vajra demon splitting formed a new immovable demon god technique. The information of the technique also quickly formed in Su Chen's mind. The immovable demon god technique is divided into 6 levels. The first 3 levels are also about tempering the flesh, blood, bone marrow and internal organs, while the 4th level is about the transformation, which transforms the flesh into the blood of the demon god. When the 6th level is reached, the demon god body is cultivated. Once the demon god body is cultivated, the demon god blood can be consumed to recover the injuries. I didn't expect it to be integrated into such a skill. Su Chen's face showed excitement. Then his eyes fell on the shape-changing skill. This skill is very useful for him now. It changes his own form and face. In this way, he doesn't have to worry about his identity being exposed. For example, if he wants to use the Liu Sheng Yijian experience card, he can completely change his shape according to his impression of Liu Sheng Yijian. Returning to the house again, Su Chen began to practice the shape-changing skill. For a time, he devoted himself to the practice. The next night, Su Chen walked out of the hut. When he walked out of the hut, Su Chen's face seemed to be changing rapidly. He soon became an old man with wrinkles all over his face. His body also changed and began to become hunched. If my body had not been cultivated to the stage of marrow training, it would be difficult to change my body shape, Su Chen thought to himself. At this time, his face changed again, turning into a middle-aged man, and his stature became a little shorter. Then he put on his cloak and went to Bai Tianyu. Tomorrow is the opening of the Golden Wind and Rain Tower. He needs to know a lot of things from Bai Tianyu. At this time, although it was night, the lights on the street were still bright, and some people were drinking and chatting in the alley. Smelling these aromas, Su Chen's stomach growled a little. At a restaurant, Su Chen stopped and went directly into the restaurant, preparing to go to Bai Tianyu after eating. He ordered some wine and food directly. Su Chen took off his bamboo hat. Now that his appearance has changed, he doesn't need to worry about being discovered by anyone. Do you know? The Golden Wind and Rain Tower will open tomorrow, said a big man in a brown robe holding a bowl of wine. Who doesn't know this? Isn't the side of the building the former side of Science Hall, said a person next to him. And tomorrow will be very lively. I heard that the Blood Flag sect, the Yang family, and the Qin family will attack the Golden Wind and Rain Tower tomorrow, the person next to him continued. In fact, it is normal for the Qin family and the Blood Flag sect to attack, but why did the Yang family also attack? Some people said puzzledly. The news that Qin Chen of the Qin family and Wu Ming of the Blood Flag sect were killed by Bai Tianyu has spread in the county government, so many people know it, but they don't know why the Yang family attacked. Didn't Yang Muchen of the Yang family die in Qingcheng? It is rumored that he was killed by a finger through the head. It should be killed by Bai Tianyu, so the Yang family will attack, another person said. In this case, tomorrow's battle will be very exciting. I don't know if the Golden Wind and Rain Tower can withstand it. It should not be able to withstand it. I heard that the first Dharma king of the Cold Moon sect, Mo Wanji, has arrived in the county government, and he will also attack the Golden Wind and Rain Tower tomorrow. Hearing this, the drinkers showed surprise on their faces. I didn't expect that a person like the first Dharma king of the Cold Moon sect has already arrived in the county government. Hearing their conversation, Su Chen's eyes narrowed slightly. The news of Mo Wanji's arrival at the county government should be kept secret. How could he be released? It felt like something was not simple. Su Chen simply ate something and headed towards the former side of Science Hall. Chapter 102, The First Dharma King, Mo Wanji, appears. The Jinfeng Xiaoyu Tower will be open tomorrow. Bai Tianyu must be in the Jinfeng Xiaoyu Tower now. Of course, the Jinfeng Xiaoyu Tower mentioned here is actually the old side of Science Hall. Science Hall was surrounded by Hefton Hall and Byungsun, and could only live in Nalan Mansion. The two parties cooperated, and the Jinfeng Xiaoyu Tower was mainly interested in the ruins of Science Hall. Soon, Su Chen came to the Jinfeng Xiaoyu Tower. The Jinfeng Xiaoyu Tower is now brightly lit, and the disciples guarding outside the door are the disciples of the Jinfeng Xiaoyu Tower, sent by Ling Xian from Qingcheng. Now that Qingcheng Jinfeng Xiaoyu Tower has unified Qingcheng and merged with other forces, the number of people has increased dramatically. There is enough manpower. When Su Chen arrived in front of the building, the guard raised his hand to stop Su Chen. A token appeared in Su Chen's hand. There was a golden word engraved on it. Greetings, sir. The two guards immediately bowed and said. This is the token Ling Xian prepared for Su Chen. It represents the person who can mobilize everything in the Golden Wind and Rain Tower. Only the token is considered, not the person. Of course, this token will never be lost in Su Chen's place. After all, who can take it away if it is placed in the stored ring? Take me to see Bai Tianyu, Su Chen said. A guard immediately took Su Chen into the building. Science Hall is a tower-shaped building with 8 floors. In the 8th floor, Nalan Rongayan and Kibo are in the building. Master Bai, how are the arrangements for tomorrow? She came here today to see the arrangements of the Golden Wind and Rainy Rain Tower. She wanted to see the strength of the Golden Wind and Rainy Rain Tower. But when she arrived at the Golden Wind and Rainy Rain Tower, she did not find anything, so she asked this question. Don't worry about this matter, Miss Nalan. Everything is arranged properly. There will be no problem opening the building tomorrow, Bai Tianyu said. Hearing Bai Tianyu's words, Nalan Rongayan knew that the other party would not tell her some specific things. Then I will stay here tonight. Please ask the Lord Bai to arrange a room for me. There are also several masters from our Science Hall who will arrive tomorrow morning. It has been tied to the Jinfeng Xiaoyu Tower. Nalan Rongayan had no other choice but to support the Jinfeng Xiaoyu Tower and Bai Tianyu. Moreover, he saw that although Bai Tianyu was alone and arrogant person, he was not an impulsive person. Just when they walked out of the room, a guard appeared at the door with Su Chen. Bai Tianyu was startled when he saw Su Chen wearing a bamboo hat. He stepped forward and bowed. Hello, sir. Then he said to the guard beside him, take Miss Nalan to the backyard wing room to rest. Yes, Lord. The guard followed Nalan Rongayan. This place is the place of Science Hall. Nalan Rongayan is familiar with everyone here and quickly chose a wing room. What was the aura of that person just now? Nalan Rongayan asked Kibo beside him. The other party restrained his aura and could not sense it. Kibo said in a deep voice. Bai Tianyu calls that person sir. It seems that this person should have a high status in the power behind Jinfeng Xiaoyu Tower. Could this person be Bai Tianyu's backup? Nalan Rongayan said. Miss, although I can't detect the strength of that person, he didn't make me feel palpitations, so he shouldn't be an extremely strong master. Kibo said in a deep voice. The power of a warrior is strong. Even if he restrains his aura, he will suppress others to a certain extent. Kibo is a strong man in the soul refining realm. He has such a perception. For example, when he faced Bai Tianyu, he felt a little pressure. Bai Tianyu calls him sir. Even if he is not strong, his identity should not be simple. Now we are in the same boat, we can only choose to believe them, Nalan Rongayan said. Miss, you should persuade Bai Tianyu to cooperate with Zihanayu again, so that Mo Wanji can still help suppress the living dead, Kibo said. There is no need to talk about this matter anymore. Zihanayu's purpose is not just to resolve the grudge. Once Jinfeng Xiaoyu kills Yan Yu of the Northern Pacification Division, this matter will be exposed in the future, and Jinfeng Xiaoyu Tower may be wanted by the Great Zhou dynasty. At that time, Jinfeng Xiaoyu Tower will have no choice but to continue to cooperate with Hanyu sect. At that time, Artian Cell Hall will be merged with Hanyu sect. My best friend is thinking of killing 2 birds with 1 stone, Nalan Rongayan said. In another place, inside the pavilion, Su Chen already knew why the news of Mo Wanji was spread. It turned out that Zihanayu had said, I didn't expect that Zihanayu has not left the county government yet. Hasling Xian found out the reason why Zihanayu has been in Qingcheng for so many years. Su Chen couldn't help asking. Find out some clues. When Zihanayu came to Qingcheng, several surveying and mapping personnel in Qingcheng disappeared. The families of those people have either disappeared or died of illness in recent years. Ling Xian speculated that it might be drawing a map of the mountains around Qingcheng. Bai Tianyu said. When Zihanayu first appeared, she was at the county government. Combined with their actions against Yan Yu of the Northern Pacification Division, it seems that they have found the location of the secret place. This is to clear the obstacles for me to open the secret place, Su Chen said softly. The Northern Pacification Division has the responsibility of monitoring the forces of the martial arts world. If the Hanyu cult wants to take the things in the secret place quietly, it will definitely not be able to bypass the Northern Pacification Division. There are too many spies in the Northern Pacification Division, and any movement may attract the attention of the Northern Pacification Division. This is a hidden danger. If the leader of the Northern Pacification Division of Lingnan County is replaced, then this hidden danger will not exist. They want us to kill Yan Yu for this reason, and of course they also want me to board their ship in the Jinfeng Xiaoyu building. This Zihanayu's methods are really extraordinary, Su Chen sighed in his heart. Everything will be dealt with after the building is opened. Arrange a secret room for me, Su Chen said to Bai Tianyu. The building will be open tomorrow, and he will live here tonight. At this time, In another county government, in a remote manor, Zihanyu and an old man in a black robe stood in the hall, with a respectful look on his face. The old man was thin and had an old face. His deep eye sockets looked like a dead body, but his eyes were unusually sharp. Your Highness, you have completed your mission very well. The church has received the map and started to calculate. It is estimated that it will not take long to find the secret place, said the hunchbacked old man. This is what I should do, but Lord Dharma King, Yanyu is still in the position of the commander of the Northern Pacification Division, which has a great influence on us, said Zihanyu. According to Zihanyu's words, this old man should be the first Dharma King of Hanyu sect, Mo Wanji. Compared with Lu Xiangxing, Zihanyu's tone of voice towards Mo Wanji is quite respectful. Hasn't the Jinfeng Xiaoyu Tower given us a reply yet? The old man's voice was low and hoarse. Yes, it seems that they are not considering cooperating with us, said Zihanyu. When she finished speaking, Mo Wanji's face turned cold, and from his hunched body, an astonishing pressure emanated, sweeping over like a storm. Since they are so ungrateful, I will let them feel despair tomorrow. Mo Wanji was filled with murderous intent. But he didn't know that tomorrow, it would not be them who would die, but him. Chapter 103, Opening the Building, the Storm Rises. The Northern Pacification Office secretly sent a message saying that they will not ask questions when you attack the Golden Wind and Rainy Rain Tower, but you are asked to leave Lingnan Prefecture immediately after the attack, Zihanyu said. Humph. Did they prepare the living dead? Why do they want me to lead the charge for them? Mo Wanji snorted coldly. I guess they want you, the Dharma King, to first explore the strength of the Golden Wind and Rainy Rain Tower, Zihanyu said. What's the use of investigating? If the opponent is strong, investigating will only lead to death, but Bai Chaofei still refuses to cooperate with us after knowing that the living dead refined by Yanyu and I have attacked. It should be that he has some trump card. Let the Qin family, the Yang family, and the Blood Flag sect take the lead tomorrow, the old man said in a deep voice. Although he is confident in his strength, the Golden Wind and Rainy Rain Tower is so tough that he still needs to be careful in many cases. He doesn't want to be hacked to death like Lu Xiangxing. This has now become a joke of their Hanyu sect the next day. Golden Wind and Rainy Rain Tower. The lights were lit and the building was ready for opening. The plaque of the Golden Wind and Drizzle building was already prepared in the lobby on the first floor, waiting for Bai Chaofei to notify it to be hung on the door plaque. Of course, the person who would hang the plaque should be Bai Chaofei himself. Hanging it up means that the Golden Wind and Drizzle building was successfully opened. Bai Chaofei stood in the 8th floor with his hands behind his back. Today would not be peaceful. He wanted to see who would come. Perhaps because they knew that there would be a big battle today, those who had received the invitation before did not come to the Golden Wind and Drizzle building. They just hid in the dark and watched. Once the Golden Wind and Drizzle building withstood the attack, they would naturally show up. Beside Bai Chaofei, Nalan Rongayan said, none of the people we invited came. It seems that they received some notices. It doesn't matter. The notice is just to inform them. After today, they will re-examine our Golden Wind and Drizzle building, Bai Chaofei said with a cold look in his eyes. Hearing Bai Chaofei's words, Nalan Rongayan's mind moved. Today she sensed a fierce momentum emanating from Bai Chaofei. The Yang family's second elder Yang Ji, the third best player of the Yang family, the Qin family's Qin Feng, the best player after the head of the family Qin Lin, and the Blood Flag sect's deputy sect leader Zhu Xian. On my side, only Kibo can fight against Yang Ji of the Yang family. The other two people on my side have no chance of winning if they leave, Nalan Rongayan said. The people from these three families are not important. What's important are the living dead sent by Yanyu and the first Dharma King of the Hanyu sect, Mo Wanji, Bai Chaofei said. At this time, on the side of the street, in a pavilion, Liu Wumei and Lu Wu were standing on the pavilion, looking at the Jinfeng Xiaoyu Tower. The two had sharp eyes and hesitated at a very close distance. They could see Bai Chaofei standing on the pavilion with his hands behind his back. This Bai Chaofei is very young, Liu Wumei said in a deep voice. Young people are arrogant. If they open the building secretly, they may succeed. Now it's a bit difficult to open the building successfully, Lu Wu said in a deep voice. Third senior brother, you are not optimistic about the Golden Wind and Rainy Rain Tower, Liu Wumei said. It's not that I am not optimistic, but the person who made the move is not simple, Just a single demon Wanji should be enough to give the Golden Wind and Rainy Rain Tower a headache, and there is also a living dead Chu Shenji. You should know how terrifying Chu Shenji without consciousness is. Lu Wuhu shook his head. The Golden Wind and Rainy Rain Tower should know this. They are still running the tower like this, so they should be confident. I am very optimistic about the Golden Wind and Rainy Rain Tower, senior brother. How about we make a bet? I remember that there is a golden spirit ball in your treasure house. If you win the bet, you will give it to me. If you lose, you can choose anything in my treasure house, Liu Wumai said. Choose anything? Junior sister, you are really optimistic about the Golden Wind and Rainy Rain Tower, but what do you want my golden spirit ball for? Lu Wuhu said. Senior brother, there is no need to know this. Just ask whether you dare to bet, Liu Wumai said. Okay, Lu Wuhu nodded. He looked outside the building. Opposite them, in a pavilion, Yan Yu, the leader of the Northern Pacification Division, and Pei Xiangsu were sitting in the pavilion. Duan Shui has joined the three families, Yan Yu said. Yes, Pei Xiangsu replied. Are there any experts coming from the Golden Wind and Rain Tower? Yan Yu asked in a deep voice. Last night, a man in black entered the Golden Wind and Rain Tower. No one else was there. We didn't monitor anyone who might have come. We didn't find anyone who broke into the building either, except for the man in black. There were only people brought by Nalan Rongayan. Nalan Rongayan is really desperate. She doesn't know the details of the Golden Wind and Rain Tower, but she is desperate and sacrifices the century-old foundation of Science Hall, Yan Yu said with a sigh. Sir, after this, our Northern Pacification Division will have an excuse to take over Science Hall, Pei Xiangsu said. You will handle this matter later, Yan Yu nodded. Another place. The head of the Yang family, the head of the Qin family, Zhu Xian of the Blood Flag sect, and Yan Duanshu gathered together. No one came to congratulate the opening of the Golden Wind and Drizzle Tower, which is a precedent in Lingnan County, the head of the Yang family said as he looked at the Golden Wind and Drizzle Tower in front of him. What's the point of congratulating or not? As long as the Golden Wind and Drizzle Tower can withstand our attack today, someone will naturally come to contact them, Zhu Xian said on the side. He was a little upset. The head of the Blood Flag sect actually sent him to personally test the Golden Wind and Drizzle Tower this time. This is very risky. They don't have the opportunity to open the building. This time I brought Chu Shenji, the man from the White Bone Mountain. You will know how terrifying he is when he becomes a living dead, Yan Duanshu said on the side. His face was full of confidence. He had seen Chu Shenji take action with his own eyes. Without consciousness, there is no pain, and it was refined by secret medicine, so the vitality is extremely strong. I wonder when they will put up the plaque. Yan Duanshu stood up, walked to the edge of the pavilion, and looked at the Golden Wind and Rain Tower. The Golden Wind and Rain Tower killed his third brother, and he wanted to raise the Golden Wind and Rain Tower to the ground. Time passed little by little. The atmosphere became more and more tense. In the pavilion on the 8th floor of the Golden Wind and Rain Tower, three figures suddenly pushed the door open and entered. The leader was Su Chen, who was wearing a bamboo hat. Under the bamboo hat, his face had changed and became a middle-aged man with sharp edges, sharp eyes, and a sharp light. There was a long sword on his waist. Behind him stood two sturdy men. It was the leader of the invincible sect, Dugu Wudi, and the undead dragon Leng Hushan. Compared with Su Chen, these two people exuded an extremely domineering aura. Both of them were great figures who were the best in the field, and their domineering aura was not comparable to that of ordinary people. When the two came in, Nalan Rongayan and Kibo, who were standing behind Bai Chaofei, trembled all over. They looked at each other in horror. Greetings, sir, and the two envoys, Bai Zhou flew forward and said. Open the door, Su Chen said. Chapter 104 Kill three people first to establish authority. As Su Chen's voice fell, Bai Chaofei's figure flashed and jumped down from the pavilion. He appeared in front of the Golden Wind and Drizzle Tower. He raised his hand. Two disciples in the building walked out of the building carrying a plaque and came to Bai Chaofei. Bai Chaofei grabbed the plaque with his right hand. Today, my Lingnan Golden Wind and Drizzle Tower is opening a branch, Bai Chaofei's bright voice echoed in the street. Before he finished speaking, Bai Chaofei jumped up holding the Golden Wind and Drizzle Tower plaque. At this moment, three figures came over here. One of them raised a knife in his hand and slashed it out. The blade light was like a crescent moon, slashing towards Bai Chaofei. The one who made the move was Yang Ji of the Yang family, a master of the soul refining realm who used a knife. Following him, there were two more people. A whirlwind appeared in the palm of one of them and grabbed towards Bai Tianyu's head. It was Qin Feng of the Qin family. As for Zhu Xian who made the move, his palm turned bloody and he slapped towards Bai Tianyu's heart. Boom! Just as the three of them attacked, a strong sword energy suddenly burst out from behind them. A figure appeared on the street, and it was none other than Bai Tianyu, the owner of the Jinfeng Cigar building in King Chen. Bai Tianyu appeared and killed them with one sword, and the sword energy swept towards the three people like a long river. The three people's faces changed, and they turned around in an instant, attacking the sword energy that was sweeping over. Boom! The four forces collided, and the airwaves rolled, forming ripples like waves. After the airwaves spread, the three people fell down, staring at the appearing Bai Tianyu. Bai Tianyu, seeing the person who appeared, the faces of the people watching the battle changed slightly. Bai Tianyu and the others had received news that after the battle with Liu Xiangxing, he had been practicing in seclusion and had not appeared. But today he appeared in the county government. At this time, Bai Tianyu had already hung up the plaque and landed. For a moment, he and Bai Tianyu, one in front and one behind. The atmosphere became solidified. At this moment, the people watching the battle stood up one after another. I didn't expect Bai Tianyu, you would come from King Chen. It's just right. This time, we will get rid of you together. Brother Zhu, Brother Qin and I will deal with Bai Tianyu, and you go to kill Bai Tianyu, Yang Ji of the Yang family said. Hearing what the Yang family said, Zhu Xian nodded and said in a low voice, burst out with all your strength, don't hold back any strength. After that, he rushed out violently, and a strong blood color appeared in his palm, and he slapped Bai Tianyu. The palm was extremely fast and the attack was also very fierce. Facing Zhu Xian's fierce attack, Bai Tianyu, who was standing there, did not dodge. He stretched out his fingers, and the strong finger force burst out from his fingers, pointing a finger at the sweeping palm. Bang! The finger force collided with the palm force, forming a wave of air, and Bai Tianyu's figure retreated several steps. Zhu Xian's figure just trembled slightly. What a strong fingertip technique! Zhu Xian raised his hand, and a mark appeared in the center of his palm. Although his internal energy was stronger than the opponent's finger force was extremely strong, penetrating his palm and landing on his palm. Bai Tianyu didn't speak, but flashed and attacked Zhu Xian. Shocking finger, the fingertips attacked, as heavy as a mountain. This made Zhu Xian, who was covered by the fingertips, look gloomy, and the blood-colored energy in his body surged and gathered on his palm. He clenched his palm into a fist and blasted at the attacking finger. Boom! Zhu Xian blocked his attack. But at this time, there seemed to be a continuous drizzle around him, which affected his vision for a while. Shocking finger was created by Bai Tianyu on the top of the mountain to understand the mystery of heaven and earth and integrate the 24 solar terms. It is divided into 24 solar terms finger method and 3-finger sky. Not only can it show the weight of the mountains, but also 20 solar terms. In this drizzle, a thunder suddenly sounded, and then Zhu Xian appeared in front of him with a thunderous finger that penetrated the drizzle. He hurried to resist, but when his palm collided with the opponent, swish! Bai Tianyu's finger was like a sharp spear tip, hitting Zhu Xian's palm heavily. The sharp finger force burst out and directly pierced Zhu Xian's palm. Blood splashed out immediately, and a force of thunder and lightning spread from the injured part of his palm to his arm. Zhu Xian endured the severe pain, shouted, and stepped forward. With his other palm, he clenched into a fist and hit Bai Tianyu. The violent blood smashed the surrounding drizzle. But when his fist approached Bai Tianyu, it missed, and the one he attacked was the remaining figure of Bai Tianyu. Seeing that the situation was not good, he kicked the ground with his footsteps and retreated violently behind him. Bai Tianyu, dressed in white, turned into a white shadow and followed closely behind, quickly performing the 24 solar terms fingering in his hand, not giving Zhu Xian a chance to react. At this time, Liu Wumei, who was watching the fight, saw the scene and said, "Brother, Zhu Xian should have no chance. If there is no help, he will probably die under the opponent's finger technique. His finger technique is not ordinary. If it weren't for this finger technique, Zhu Xian would not have lost." Lu Wuhu's eyes flashed. They saw the fight between Zhu Xian and Bai Tianyu clearly. They knew that Zhu Xian was defeated by Bai Tianyu's advanced finger technique. If it was a simple competition, Bai Tianyu might not be Zhu Xian's opponent. In the martial arts world, if you lose, you lose, there is no reason, Liu Wumei said. As she finished speaking, Bai Tianyu's fingers suddenly pierced through Zhu Xian's palm and touched his head. The sharp energy pierced through his head just like it pierced through his palm before. Zhu Xian paused in attacking his palm, and his eyes were a little stunned. Before he made the move, he had a bad premonition. Unexpectedly, it was really as he expected. His eyes turned and looked at the two people who were confronting Bai Tianyu. Tisk. When he looked over, Bai Tianyu, who was fighting with Qin Feng and the others, suddenly had a surging aura on his body, and the long sword in his hand suddenly rose up, like thunder. When no one reacted, it passed through Qin Feng's head like lightning. A stream of blood burst out from his head. Yang Ji of the Yang family's pupils suddenly dilated. He didn't expect that Bai Tianyu didn't use his full strength when fighting with them before. After Bai Tianyu killed Zhu Xian, Bai Tianyu suddenly attacked and killed Qin Feng with one knife. But when he was surprised in his heart, a fierce knife aura enveloped him, and suddenly his whole body trembled. The long sword in his hand couldn't help but clenched, and he slashed out with a knife in an instant. But at this moment, a knife light that was faster than him appeared in front of him. Swish! After the knife light, a knife mark appeared between his eyebrows, and blood spurted out from it. Plop! The body knelt directly on the ground. The three people who attacked were killed by Bai Tianyu and Bai Tianyu in a short time. The reason why these two people attacked was mainly because they were the owners of the Jinfeng Xiaoyu Tower, in charge of Qingcheng and Lingnan County, and needed to show their strength. Killing people is the best way to establish authority. Chapter 105, Xianaya Pavilion, 10 Directions Envoy, Immortal Dragon vs. Living Dead. The streets were silent. At this time, the people watching the battle were looking at Bai Tianyu and Bai Tianyu. Bai Tianyu's previous achievements were only rumors, but no one had seen them. The people in the county government only received reports that Bai Tianyu killed Hanyu sects Lu Xiangxing, and many people did not see it with their own eyes. On the pavilion, Su Chen said to Du Wudi beside him. Take action. Yes, Du Wudi stepped forward and jumped down from the pavilion. Boom. When Du Wudi fell, violent power burst out from his body. I am one of the 10 envoys of Xianaya Pavilion, Du Wudi. Today, those who have ideas about the Jinfeng Xiaoyu Tower founded by my Xianaya Pavilion can show up. Du Wudi's voice echoed in the air and reached the ears of those who were watching the battle. Xianaya Pavilion, Du Wudi, one of the 10 envoys. Many people were shocked. Although they knew that there was a force behind the Jinfeng Xiaoyu Tower, they were still shocked when they actually appeared. Inside the pavilion, the worry on Nalan Rongyin's face disappeared. The appearance of Su Chen and the others reduced her worries. But she still couldn't settle down without knowing the name of the power behind Bai Tianyu. Now that she heard Du Wudi announce his title and the name of the power behind him, the last ring in her heart was released. Her eyes couldn't help but look at Ling Hushan. Bai Tianyu called these two people honored envoys, so this person should also be one of the 10 directions envoys. As for Su Chen wearing a bamboo hat, Nalan Rongyin felt curious. Du Wudi, such an arrogant tone, let me see if you have such strength. Just when everyone was surprised, a figure walked out from one end of the street. It was an old man in a black robe. The old man's body was dry, but he emitted an amazing breath fluctuation in his body. This breath swept the entire street and collided with a momentum bursting out of Du Wudi. The first Dharma king of Hanyu sect, Mo Wanji, seeing this figure, the spectators were shocked and called out the old man's name. In a pavilion, Yanyu, the Northern Pacification Division, stared at Mo Wanji closely. Sir, the strength of this Mo Wanji seems to have improved a lot, Pei Xiangxia said beside him. It feels like he is about to enter the state of unity of spirit and soul. I wonder if Du Wudi of Xianaya Pavilion is a match for Mo Wanji. Let Du Anshu arrange for the living dead to take action. Yan Yu's eyes were filled with murderous intent. Yes, Pei Xiangxia turned and left. At this time, in the pavilion where Yan Du Anshu and the others were, the heads of the Qin family and the Yang family looked extremely ugly. They looked at Bai Tianyu as if they wanted to eat him alive. Young Master Yan, Mo Wanji has taken action, so you should also take action. The head of the Qin family looked at Yan Duanshu and said. Yan Duanshu narrowed his eyes slightly. Du Wudi and Mo Wanji appeared, and according to reason, it was time for the living dead to take action. But he wanted to wait. At this time, under the pavilion, a servant came to Yan Duanshu's ear, and whispered something. Yan Duanshu's eyes condensed. He waved his hand to let the attendant go downstairs, and he came to the front of the pavilion. He looked at Du Guwudi, who was confronting Mo Wanji on the street, and said, "My father has agreed to send out the living dead." As he spoke, a sound came out of his mouth. Then in the pavilion under their feet, an old man with white hair, unkempt face, an unusually burly figure walked out of the pavilion. This old man had a dull look in his eyes and walked like a machine. But the aura he emitted was extremely powerful. Rumble. A huge force was transmitted on the street. "Is that you, Shenji?" The White Bone Mountain man. Seeing the old man with unkempt hair and face stepping forward, some people spoke up. "Is this the living dead Chu Shenji?" Many people looked at Chu Shenji and began to check on him. But Chu Shenji burst out with a huge force, which shook back all the probing auras. Some of them swayed and almost fell to the ground. What a strong aura! Zihanyu appeared in the dark, staring at Chu Shenji's figure. To be honest, their main opponent is still Yan Yu from the Northern Pacification Division. If Jin Feng's Zihanyu Tower cooperates with them this time, then today is the time to attack Yan Yu. Boom boom boom. The sound of heavy footsteps echoed in the street. He looked at Bai Tianyu and Bai Chaofei with a dull look, and suddenly raised his fist and punched at the two. The rolling energy surged like a wave, trying to kill the two directly. Boom. A figure fell from the pavilion and punched out, attacking Chu Shenji's fist. The energy that erupted from the man's fist was also extremely powerful. The two forces collided with each other, and a low sound suddenly rumbled, and a wave of air visible to the naked eye rippled out from under the fists of the two. Some surrounding buildings collapsed instantly when they touched these airwaves. Inside the pavilion, some spectators were shattered by the airwave and flew backwards, spitting blood from their mouths. Who is this man? Everyone looked towards the place where the battle was taking place. Bang! The two figures also took several steps back at this moment. When the figure stopped, the figure of the immortal dragon Leng Hushan appeared in front of everyone. The momentum on his body was surging like a river, giving people a sense of strength and power. Some spectators were immediately shocked. Judging from the momentum that burst out, Leng Hushan's momentum was even stronger than that of Du Guwudi, who was confronting Mo Wanji. "Who are you?" Mo Wanji looked at Leng Hushan and said. "Xian'an Pavilion, Shipping Envoy, Immortal Dragon, Leng Hushan." While speaking, Leng Hushan took a step forward, the ground shook, his hands clenched into fists, and shot out violently, and his fists fiercely hit the living dead Chu Shenji. The fists came out like a dragon. The powerful energy made the surrounding heaven and earth feel an inexplicable pressure. At this time, a strange voice came from a distance. Chu Shenji turned to Leng Hushan. He received an order to kill the man in front of him. A layer of black energy exploded on his body. He directly used his all-seeing changes and punched out. An extremely strong and domineering force burst out from his fist. It collided with Leng Hushan's fist. Boom. The two fists collided, and this time Leng Hushan's figure was shocked and flew backwards. Blood marks appeared on his arm. Leng Hushan did not pay attention to the blood marks on his arm, because the blood marks on his arm were recovering quickly. The strongest thing about the immortal dragon Leng Hushan was his recovery ability. When his arm recovered, he also raised his arm, and then punched out again. At a very fast speed, a huge energy formed in front of him, like a heavy mountain, attacking Chu Shenji. Seeing this, Chu Shenji passively raised his arm to resist. His fist collided with the energy, and his sleeves turned into powder in an instant, and the veins on his arms bulged. It seemed as if he was bearing a huge gravity. Roar! He roared, and a black light enveloped his body. He clenched his arms suddenly, crushing the energy directly. However, at this moment, his muscles began to shrink, and a drying trend appeared. Although Chu Shenji had become a living dead, and the huge medicinal power had been integrated into his body, the continuous attacks also consumed a lot of energy. He kicked the ground and attacked Leng Hushan. Leng Hushan did not dodge, but rushed forward. Boom! The two kept fighting, and the vitality maintained by the medicinal power on Chu Shenji's body was gradually decreasing, while Leng Hushan, the immortal dragon, had scars on his body. Why did Leng Hushan want to fight Chu Shenji? Some people watching the battle looked at this situation and couldn't help but feel confused. Even Mo Wanji, who was confronting Du Guwudi, thought so. The slow pace in the early stage caused many people to stop reading halfway through, so there were few follow-up readers and subscriptions, and they didn't know if their writing was right. Chapter 106 The Strong Must Die with Dignity. After all, judging from the current situation, the power of each blow of the living dead Chu Shenji is strong. However, judging from the movements, the opponent's speed is not fast, and the pure power type is strong. Normally, Leng Hushan should suppress Chu Shenji in speed, rather than compete with him in strength. His recovery ability is terrifying, Yan Yu, who was standing in a pavilion, said with a gloomy face. He also had the doubts of others, but he was more concerned about Leng Hushan's recovery ability. Chu Shenji could injure the opponent a little every time. But after a while, the opponent's injuries recovered. It was too shocking. Immortal Dragon, the opponent's nickname, Yan Yu murmured. Turning to Pei Xiangsu beside him, he said, "Have you found the opponent's information? There is no information about this person in our Zinfusi system." Pei Xiangsu shook his head. He must have an impression of such a strong man, but he didn't remember it, which means that there is no information about this person in the Zinfusi system. That means they are the same as Bai Tianyu, Bai Chaofei and the others. It is indeed a hidden force. Yan Yu's eyes condensed, and he continued to look at the place where the fight took place. "It seems that this is your confidence. No wonder you rejected our Hanyu sect's good intentions." Hanyu sect's first Dharma King Mo Wanji said. "Good intentions? What you did was a threat, and your Hanyu sect is not worthy of threatening our Xianaya Pavilion's forces. You actually showed up today, so stay here as a warning to others." Du Wudi looked at Mo Wanji and said. The immortal dragon Leng Hushan's move made him feel excited. In the previous life, he was cultivated to the 10th level of the extermination demon, the heavenly demon disintegration method, but he was still defeated by Yun Fiang who practiced the heavenly silkworm art. Now he is in another life. He wants to completely release the grievances of the previous life in this life. With anger in his heart, his own aura became stronger, and his fighting spirit was released. The confronting Mo Wanji sensed the change in Du Wudi's aura. His eyes condensed, and became serious. Everyone also sensed the change in the atmosphere here. They looked over here. Does Du Wudi seem to want to attack Mo Wanji? The confrontation should be in their favor now. Why attack at this time? Is there anyone else in the Jinfeng Ziyu Tower? There is another person wearing a bamboo hat in the Jinfeng Ziyu Tower, some people said. Boom. Just as they were talking, Leng Hushan and the living dead Chu Shenji separated again. Leng Hushan wiped the blood from the corner of his mouth and said coldly, "Although your appearance has not changed, the medicine power in your body should be almost consumed. Now it's time to send you on your way." Leng Hushan's voice fell, and his figure soared into the air, and two huge ki energies condensed in his palms. The fluctuations of ki energies were extremely shocking. How can he still have such ki energies? Yan Yu looked at the ki energies bursting out of Leng Hushan's palms, his pupils suddenly shrank, and a feeling of uneasiness surged from his heart. "I'm afraid Chu Shenji can't withstand this attack," he said in a deep voice. The living dead Chu Shenji seemed to sense the power of this attack and roared. In the roar, there was a monstrous fierceness. The black aura on his body also swept out. "Shenlong destroy!" Leng Hushan, who soared into the air, shouted in a low voice. Two huge energy forces in his palms were like a dragon and went towards Chu Shenji. Two black air currents appeared in Chu Shenji's palms. The two air currents gathered together to form a surging and violent force. They collided with Leng Hushan's attack. Boom! The two forces collided, forming a huge energy vortex, and the ground trembled under this vortex. Roar! During the collision, the two energy forces like a dragon roared, and attacked with all their strength. Waves of power spread wildly, dispersing the black aura formed by Chu Shenji, and finally collided with his body. Bang! Chu Shenji's body was knocked back. At the moment of the shock, Leng Hushan's palm became a claw, and he grabbed in the air. A wave of energy quickly condensed into a column, and then went directly to Chu Shenji, the living dead who was shocked away. Boom! The powerful palm force directly pressed on the opponent's body. Chu Shenji, who was originally shocked back, had not yet stabilized his body. He was directly pressed to the ground by this energy. At this time, Leng Hushan's figure had already fallen, and his palm directly pressed on the opponent's heart. The violent power was like a dragon in his body, making the opponent's violent body unable to move. The strong are refined into living dead. This is an insult to the strong. The strong can die, but they cannot die without dignity. Lang Hushan looked at Chu Shenji and said. The voice echoed on the street. At this moment, some people knew why Lang Hushan had been competing with the opponent in strength. This was to let the opponent fight with dignity. It was also a respect for the former strong. Lang Hushan's words immediately resonated with some strong people. No one wants to be refined into a living dead. In the pavilion, Yan Yu's eyes became gloomy when he heard Lang Hushan's words. He was the one who made the living dead. Lang Hushan was insulting him by saying this. His eyes were sharp and his aura was surging. Pei Xiangsu beside him said, Sir, don't get angry. If you take action at this time, you may fall into the opponent's trap. The martial arts world has its own rules. The Great Zhou dynasty was established by the martial arts world, and the martial arts forces occupied a certain position in the Great Zhou dynasty. This is why Yan Yu had to rely on the Qinglong Temple to sit firmly in the position of the leader of the Northern Pacification Division of Lingnan County. If Yan Yu took action at this time and was killed in the end, then the Great Zhou dynasty would not take action. Of course, if Yan Yu did not take action and was killed, then the Great Zhou dynasty would definitely hunt down the person who took action. The Great Zhou dynasty is powerful, there is no doubt, otherwise, it would not allow the martial arts forces in the Great Zhou dynasty to flourish so much. Dai, Lang Hushan's palm, which was printed on the other party's heart, suddenly clenched into a fist. Then a huge force directly poured into the opponent's heart. Shattered the opponent's heart. The heart is the hub of the human body. Shattered, just like the head was cut off, there is no chance to recover. The heart was shattered, and Chu Shenji showed a trace of relief in the corner of his eyes, and finally there was no breath. Seeing this scene, Yan Yu's eyes were gloomy. He didn't expect that the zombie Chu Shenji's attack did not pose any threat to the Golden Wind and Rain Tower. His eyes flashed coldly. Yan Yu said to Pei Xiangsu, how are the backup plans? Don't worry, sir, the leader of the Blood Flag sect has brought his 13 iron-blooded guards outside the city. As long as I send out a signal, they will rush in. Although Lang Hushan is strong, he can't stop the iron-blooded formation led by the leader of the Blood Flag sect, Pei Xiangsu said. Okay. Send out the remaining 10 semi-finished zombies and let them play their remaining strength. Doesn't Lang Hushan want to give dignity to the strong? Let's see how he gives it, Yan Yu said in a deep voice. Chapter 107, The Devil Disintegrates, the Soul and Spirit Unite. Yan Yu was angry because of Lang Hushan's words. Of course, there were also people from Jinfeng Xiaoyu Tower who killed his son. Other situations have been ruled out, and the murderer can only be Jinfeng Xiaoyu Tower. Jinfeng Xiaoyu Tower, the 8th floor pavilion. Nalan Rongayan looked at the living dead killed by Lang Hushan. His eyes were slightly startled, and he said, Your Excellency's words just now may stimulate Yan Yu. Yan Yu is narrow-minded and vindictive. He should still take action, I just didn't want to kill him. If he really wants to die, the Great Zhou dynasty can't save him, Su Chen said coldly. His tone was overbearing, which made Nalan Rongayan look stunned. Everyone knew the power of the Great Zhou dynasty, but the other party said so, as if he didn't care too much about the Great Zhou dynasty. What kind of power is this Xianaya pavilion? Nalan Rongayan thought in his heart. He looked at Su Chen, who was wearing a bamboo hat, and his eyes fell on the street at this time. He wanted to see if anyone else would take action. Now Bai Chaofei, Bai Xianyu, and Lang Hushan have all dealt with their opponents. Du Wudi's aura is surging, and he's expected to attack in the blink of an eye. If no one else comes, today's battle will end after Du Wudi and Mo Wanji. At this time, a figure came up from downstairs and stood outside the door. The figure appeared and Kibo quickly went outside beside Nalan Rongayan. The person who appeared whispered a few words in Kibo's ear. Kibo's face changed and waved his hand to let the person leave. After entering the room, Kibo first looked at Nalan Rongayan. The master is here, you can talk directly, Nalan Rongayan said. We got the news that the leader of the Blood Flag sect, Shangwenzu, is outside the city with his 13 iron blood guards. They are probably waiting for the signal from the city, Kibo said. Blood Flag sect. Are they going to attack again? If they come, send them off. Let's keep watching, Su Chen said calmly. The immortal dragon Lang Hushan has recovered his strength and can fight several strong men of the same level. On the street. When Du Wudi's aura changed, Mo Wanji's aura also changed dramatically. He took a step forward, and the surrounding ki began to flow into his body. The rolling airflow was like the sea, extremely terrifying. After this power entered his body, Mowanji's originally dry body seemed to be replenished. His body became burly and his figure also grew taller. Wanji destroying soul palm, Mowanji took the lead and a huge key gathered in his palm. With a palm strike, a force that destroyed living things burst out from his palm. The 10th level of the extinction magic in Duguwudi's body on the opposite side also burst out at the same time, and a black key appeared in his palm. This key was also abnormally overbearing. Bang! The key of the two collided, and a roar broke out, and the two figures quickly retreated. At the moment of retreating, the two kicked the ground and instantly flew into the air, and their hands kept colliding in the air. Rumble! The powerful key formed an airflow, sweeping around, forming a series of key storms. The two fought in the air. It was difficult to tell the winner for a while. In the dark, Zihanai looked at this situation with a bad look. The power behind the Golden Wind and Rain Tower, Xianaya Pavilion, was not simple. The two people who appeared gave her a different feeling. The immortal dragon Leng Hushan was majestic and gave people the feeling of a righteous leader. And this Duguwudi had a kind of heroic aura. Neither of them was someone who could bend to others. Just like Bai Tianyu she had seen before. Zihanai was very puzzled by this. The pupils of the people watching the battle suddenly shrank. The Xianaya Pavilion, behind the Golden Wind and Rain Tower suddenly appeared two masters who were close to the unity of spirit and soul, and they were only the 10 directions messengers. It was scary to think about it. Lingnan County had another giant crocodile force. In this way, the local forces were weakened again. The world is like this, if you are strong, he will be weak. Therefore, they were thinking about how to get along well with the Golden Wind and Rain Tower after today. Of course, the ones who looked a little worried were the Yang families and Qin families' patriarchs. They looked at the two people who kept colliding in the air, and their hearts were trembling. If it were just Bai Chaofei and Bai Xianyu, they would not be nervous. But with the strength of Duguwudi and Leng Hushan, the two families could only barely resist them together. But there was another person wearing a bamboo hat in the pavilion. When the two people appeared in the pavilion before, they stood beside the man wearing a bamboo hat. The man wearing a bamboo hat was vaguely the main one. Then the strength of the man wearing a bamboo hat would definitely not be worse than these two people. His eyes could not help but look at Yan Duanshu who was standing beside the pavilion. At this time, Yan Duanshu's face was gloomy. "Young Master Yan, do we still need to take action?" the Yang family's patriarch said. "What's the difference between taking action and seeking death? My father should have arrangements." "Don't worry," Yan Duanshu said. Boom. Just as he finished speaking, Bai Xianyu, who was beside Bai Chaofei, suddenly raised his hand and drew his sword. A sword aura like a chain appeared and slashed directly at the pavilion where Yan Duanshu and the others were. The Yang family and the Qin family have already made their move. So the two people watching the fight can't make a move to solve it. As long as these two people die, the Yang family and the Qin family will be leaderless. At that time, other forces will definitely want to take a share of their two families, which will also be beneficial to the Golden Wind and Rain Tower. Boom. The pavilion collapsed. 3 figures rushed out from it and fell to the ground. Yan Duanshu of the Yang family, the head of the Yang family and the head of the Qin family, the 3 of them looked a little embarrassed, and looked at Bai Xianyu who made the move with vigilant eyes. Boom. At this moment, 2 figures fell between them. It was Duguwudi and Mowanji. "You and I are equal in strength. You can't kill me," Mowanji looked at Duguwudi and said. The two fought for hundreds of moves, but neither of them could defeat the other. So Mowanji had the idea of leaving. "I should have said before that you must die if you come here today, and you can't leave," Duguwudi said coldly. "Do you want to join forces with Leng Hushan to deal with me?" Hearing Duguwudi's words, Mowanji said in a deep voice. His eyes could not help but look at Leng Hushan, but Leng Hushan stood there without moving. "Today, I, Duguwudi, will kill you." Heavenly Demon Disintegration Technique. Duguwudi shouted in a low voice, and the ki, blood and bones in his body suddenly made a loud noise. As the loud noise appeared, the aura on Duguwudi's body changed rapidly. He actually went directly to the unity of soul and spirit. Duguwudi's own strength was close to the unity of soul and spirit. He had never been able to defeat this demon Wanji, so he directly used the Heavenly Demon Disintegration Technique, and with the help of the power of the Heavenly Demon Disintegration Technique, he allowed his strength to temporarily break through to the unity of soul and spirit at this moment, and burst out the power of the unity of soul and spirit. When the aura on Duguwudi's body changed, Mowanji opposite him was stunned and showed an unbelievable look. "The unity of soul and spirit," he said in a lost voice. Before he finished speaking, Duguwudi's figure disappeared. Mowanji's pupils suddenly shrank, and his figure retreated rapidly. But a palm appeared in front of him. The speed was faster than his retreat speed. He could only watch the palm print on his chest. Bang! His own body was knocked out by a palm, and crashed into the direction of the Yang family patriarch, who was forced out by Bai Tianyu's knife. The Yang family patriarch saw it with his eyes, but his body could not keep up with his eyes. The whole person was hit by Mowanji, and blood spurted out of his mouth. Then his body followed Mowanji and crashed into the broken wall. Thank you for the 500 starting coins reward from Meng Buju, who has been in the mine for 1,000 years. Thank you for the 100 starting coins reward from Bookfriend 20226172029132242. Thank you for the 100 starting coins reward from Zuhun Lishan. Thank you for the 6,600 starting coins reward from Zhutouch. Thank you for the 3,000 starting coins reward from Jianghu Yeho01. Thank you for the 100 starting coins reward from Bu Nguyen Jiandan. Thank you for the 2,000 starting coins reward from Wasjong. Chapter 108, Sun's Life or Death, Nothing Can Be Done. Boom. A section of the broken wall collapsed directly under their impact, and the broken bricks covered the two people. But then a figure stood up from the ruins. It was Mowanji. At this time, blood was flowing from the corners of his mouth, his body was hunched, his chest collapsed, and his eyes were horrified as he looked at Duguwudi standing not far away. Huh? The moment he stood up, Duguwudi's figure disappeared like a ghost. When he appeared again, he was already in front of Mowanji. A hand grabbed his throat directly, not giving Mowanji a chance to react. "I said you would die today, you must die, you shouldn't have come." Duguwudi's cold voice sounded in Mowanji's ears. The power in his palm exploded. Crack! His throat was directly crushed, and his head hung down, without a breath. The first Dharma king of Hanyu sect died just like that because his throat was crushed. The previous Dharma king Lu Xiangxing was hacked to death by a random knife. The deaths of the two Dharma kings of Hanyu sect were somewhat pitiful. Seeing this scene, the spectators were shocked. The first Dharma king of Hanyu sect, Mowanji, died in the hands of Duguwudi. The death of two Dharma kings in a row may be the biggest loss of Hanyu sect in recent years. Hanyu sect has been besieged by the Great Zhou dynasty's pacification division for many years, but it has always stood in the Great Zhou dynasty. It can be seen that its foundation is not ordinary. This time, it lost two Dharma kings in a row, which is a big loss. In the dark. Seeing this situation, Zhu Hanyu's eyes changed and she murmured, "Jinfeng Xiaoyu Tower, Xianaya Pavilion, this matter needs to be reported to the headquarters as soon as possible, but now that the first Dharma king has fallen, the people in Lingnan County need to hide as soon as possible. We also need to expand new members." Thinking of new members, Zhu Hanyu couldn't help but think of Su Chen in his mind. Cough. Cough. At this time, the head of the Yang family climbed up from the ruins before, coughing and spitting blood. He looked around with a dazed look. "I didn't expect that I would be so unlucky." But this was not the worst thing for him. Because what was even worse was that Bai Zhou, who had killed Zhu Xian earlier, flew and flashed towards the bewildered him. A sharp force burst out from his fingers, and before he could react, it touched his forehead. Swish! A blood hole appeared between his eyebrows, first blood, and then white brain matter. Bang! The body fell to the ground. There was reluctance and regret in the confusion on his face. Seeing this, the Shukjian Duanshu and Qin Lin, the head of the Qin family, changed their faces at the same time, and then they fled in two directions. The head of the Qin family fled along the street. Yan Duanshu went to the pavilion where Yan Yu was. At this moment, they soared their speed to the extreme, sweeping out like a gust of wind. Only a vague shadow was left on the spot. Perhaps this was the fastest burst of speed in their lives. They were fast, but there were people who were faster than them. Bai Tianyu appeared in front of Qin Lin, raised the long sword in his hand, and then saw a waterfall of swordlight slashing directly at Qin Lin. Qin Lin roared and punched out. But the fist force collided with the sword energy, and the whole person was chopped back by the sword. Bang! The body fell to the ground, and then exploded directly, turning into a ball of flesh and blood. A white figure on the other side was faster. The figure flashed and appeared in front of Yan Duanshu. With 5 fingers clenched, he grabbed with one palm, and the powerful energy grabbed the other's head without hesitation. Insolent, a low roar, like the roar of a lion king, formed a wave of air, which slowed down the movement of Bai Tianyu's hands. At this moment, a huge suction force came out from the pavilion and grabbed Yan Duanshu directly back. Yan Duanshu's previously horrified face suddenly returned to normal. But at the moment he relaxed, Leng Hushan, who was standing, suddenly punched in the air. Bang! Yan Duanshu's whole body was like a balloon that was blown up. It exploded with a bang, and turned into a ball of flesh and blood. Blood was scattered in the air. You dare? At this moment, Yan Yu in the attic let out a low roar. Do you dare to come down? As long as you come down, I will kill you. Suddenly, a low voice came out of Dugu Wudi's mouth. The angry Yan Yu in the attic smashed the table and chairs in front of him with a bang. But he did not move. Previously, he only used his palm power to capture Yan Duanshu and did not show up in person because he was afraid that Dugu Wudi would attack him. Sir, Dugu Wudi used a secret method to improve himself. Wait until his energy disappears before we attack him. Bai Tianyu looked at Dugu Wudi with cold eyes and said, release those half-finished zombies. Even if you can't kill them, you must demolish the Jinfeng Xiaoyu tower for me. Yan Yu's eyes were bloodshot. He could not tolerate the revenge of killing his son in front of him, but he knew that he was no match for him, so he forced himself to wake up and not rush out. But he didn't want to let Jinfeng Xiaoyu tower have an easy time. Send a signal, let Sheng Wangsa take action. A low voice came out of his mouth. Bai Tianyu nodded to a follower behind him. The follower left quickly, and a moment later, a bright firework appeared in the sky. And 10 people in gray robes walked out of the dark, these people with dull eyes. As soon as they appeared, they rushed towards the direction of Jinfeng Xiaoyu Tower. The moment they rushed over, their eyes were scarlet, emitting fierce and cruel eyes, like a scene of a wild beast hunting. Looking at the people who appeared, the eyes of the spectators condensed. Unexpectedly, another group of living dead appeared. However, these people who rushed out were enveloped by a strong energy before they got close, and then Dugu Wudi's figure passed through these people. After passing through, these people stayed in place. Bang! 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 Then the whole body exploded. Not presentable, Dugu Wudi snorted coldly. Inside the pavilion of the Golden Wind and Rain Tower, the fireworks should be to inform Shangwenzu outside the city. I wonder if they dare to show up. Su Chen looked up at the fireworks in the sky and said. He felt a little regretful. I thought I could make a move? I didn't expect that there was no chance to make a move at all. It should be, but based on my understanding of Shangwenzu, he shouldn't make a move at this time, and he will bring people to the Golden Wind and Rain Tower to apologize in a few days, Nalan Rongayan said. Is that so? Su Chen shook his head. But there may be some problems if we kill Yan Duanshu. Yan Duanshu was valued by the Great Wisdom Dharma King of Qinglong Temple and was accepted as a disciple. If we kill Yan Duanshu, we may offend the Great Wisdom Dharma King, Nalan Rongayan said. If that Great Wisdom monk must be our enemy because of this, then let's be our enemy, Su Chen said. When Yan Shu was killed by him, it meant that there was no room for them trees with the Yan family. If the Yan family's allies wanted to make a move, it would just be one more enemy. Su Chen didn't care. Looking towards the street, he wanted to see if Shangwenzu would rush in with others. But after a while, Shangwenzu did not show up as Nalan Rongayan said. Not far away, in the pavilion, Yan Yu left angrily with red eyes. If you're listening to this novel on a channel other than Fanfic World, it means they downloaded and uploaded it without effort. We cordially invite you to visit our channel, Mundo Fanfic Novelis. There you'll find the original version of this story and you can explore many other novels of various genres. We're waiting for you to immerse yourself in a world of incredible novels. Chapter 109 The storm is coming again, Lingnan County will be in chaos. The Golden Phoenix Rainy Rain Tower in Lingnan County has been successfully opened, and 1 blue lottery card and 1,000-year-old ginseng are awarded. After Yan Yu left, Su Chen actually got a reward. A blue lottery card and 1,000-year-old ginseng. Is this because I have been practicing physical exercises recently and have consumed too much of my body functions, so I can get 1,000-year-old ginseng to replenish my body? Su Chen thought to himself. Not far from him, Nalan Rongayan saw Yan Yu leaving on the street. There was a trace of tension on her face before, but at this moment she completely relaxed. My lord, This Yanyu will never give up. I am afraid he will find a chance to attack my Golden Phoenix Rainy Rain Tower. We need to find a way to get rid of him." Nalan Rongayan now regarded herself as a member of the Golden Phoenix Rainy Rain Tower. No need to kill him. Wasn't it said that Jiandu Amshu could hold the position of the leader of the Northern Pacification Division of Lingnan County because he became a disciple of the Great Wisdom Dharma King of Qinglong Temple, but now Yandu Amshu is dead. I don't think he can stay in the position of the leader of the Northern Pacification Division of Lingnan County for long, Su Chen said coldly. Hearing Su Chen's words, Nalan Rongayan was stunned. I didn't expect this step. It was indeed as Su Chen said. Once Yandu Amshu died, the relationship between the Yan family and the Qinglong Temple might be severed, and the Qinglong Temple would not do its best to protect him. Suddenly, Nalan Rongayan thought of something. My lord, Yanyu has another son, who is the disciple of the leader of the Xiangsha League, Nalan Rongayan said. I didn't expect that Yanyu has a son in the Xiangsha League. This matter will be handled by Bai Tianyu himself. Su Chen did not plan to continue to manage the Jinfeng Xiaoyu Tower in Lingnan County. At this time, Bai Tianyu, Bai Tianyu, Dugu Wudi, and Leng Hushan walked up from downstairs. Dugu Wudi, you and Bai Tianyu go to Qingchen. Leng Hushan, you help Bai Tianyu stay in Lingnan County for a while and assist him in taking down the Yang family and the Qin family. What belongs to us must be ours, Su Chen ordered. Yes, the two took the order. Although Qingcheng is not as big as the county city, it borders the outside of the Great Wall and is a passage connecting the outside of the Great Wall. Su Chen will not let go of Qingcheng. Moreover, he guessed in his heart that the secret place that Zihanai mentioned should be outside Qingcheng. After saying this, Su Chen turned and left the Golden Wind and Rain Tower. When Su Chen walked out of the Golden Wind and Rain Tower, a spy followed him. After a few steps, Su Chen suddenly turned around, flashed, and passed by the other party. After Su Chen left, the spy stood in the middle of the road and did not move. Su Chen continued to move forward, and finally merged into the bustling street market not far away, disappearing from everyone's sight. Some people here looked at the spy who stopped, with some confusion in their eyes. I don't know why this spy didn't move. After a while, a man in a black robe walked towards the spy. But before he reached the spy's body exploded. The man in black was unable to dodge and was sprayed with blood from the spy. Bruise appeared on his body and there was a burning pain. Seeing this, the man in black quickly withdrew and did not dare to follow Su Chen. He understood that Su Chen's killing of the spy was actually a warning to him and others. The stalker died. On the street, Su Chen had changed back to the state of a disciple of Shaman. The Jinfeng Xiaoyu building opened smoothly today, and the matter was over, so he was ready to return to Shaman. When Su Chen left the county gate, he saw a familiar figure. Zihanai, is she leaving the city too? The figure followed quietly. Soon Zihanai arrived at a very remote small house outside the city. After knocking on the door 3 times, a head appeared in the manor. It was Xiaolin who had followed Zihanai before. Su Chen saw Zihanai enter the manor. He looked around and jumped directly into the manor. The two were heading towards the hall. The manor was very quiet, with no servants. In the hall, Zihanai took off her veil, and her face under the veil was the same as the last time Su Chen saw her. Is this her true appearance? Su Chen thought to himself as he looked at Zihanai in the hall from the dark. Miss, why didn't the first Dharma King come back with you? Xiaolin couldn't help but ask. The first Dharma King died in the Golden Wind and Rain Tower. There is another force behind the Golden Wind and Rain Tower called Xianaya Pavilion. They sent 2 messengers this time. One is called Dugu Wudi, and the other is called the immortal dragon Leng Hushan. The first Dharma King died at the hands of Dugu Wudi, who used a secret method to enter the state of unity of spirit and soul. You should pass this news back to the sect, Zihanai said. Hearing Zihanai's words, Xiaolin was stunned on the spot, a little bit unbelievable. Miss, what should we do now? The Dharma King came to deal with Yanyu. Now Yanyu is fine, but the Dharma King died first. Don't worry too much about Yanyu. The people of Jinfeng Xiaolao helped us kill Yandu Amshu. Once Yandu Amshu dies, Yanyu will not get the support of Qinglong Temple. Our people will have the opportunity to replace him as the leader of the North Pacification Division of Lingnan County. As long as Yanyu loses this position of leader, the people of Jinfeng Xiaolao will never keep him. After you send the message, notify Li Wei and ask him to come to Lingshan Lake to see me tonight. Also, Check Su Chen over there to see what his current situation is in Shanmen. I want to absorb him into Hanyu sect to see if I can drive a nail into Shan sect, Zhi Hanyu said. Yes, Xiaolin quickly went to the back hall. Su Chen's eyes condensed here. He knew Li Wei mentioned by Zhi Hanyu, the left governor of Lingnan County. Previously, Jinfeng Xiaolao wanted to follow the other route and enter the county government. Unexpectedly, this person is related to Hanyu sect judging from this situation. Hanyu sect's layout in Lingnan County is not small. I still can't underestimate them. After waiting for a while, Su Chen saw that Xiaolin hadn't come back yet and prepared to evacuate first. But when he was about to leave, Xiaolin rushed in. Miss, Lingnan County is going to have an accident. Hearing Xiaolin's words, Zhi Hanyu's expression changed. What happened? Tell me, miss, there's news from the sect that Lingyu Sword sect has news about the golden plum bottle. Let us investigate, Xiaolin said. Hearing this, Zhi Hanyu's expression became solemn. If Lingyu Sword sect really has news about the golden plum bottle, then Lingyu Sword sect may be besieged. Once Lingyu Sword sect is besieged, the entire Lingnan County will be in chaos. At that time, the Northern Pacification Division of the capital of the Great Zhou Dynasty will definitely send a strong man to suppress the forces of the rivers and lakes. People from their side cannot come. Moreover, Lingnan County is in chaos, and the plan cannot be implemented. Su Chen, who was eavesdropping outside, couldn't help but wonder what the golden plum bottle they were talking about was. Chapter 110 Resurrection from the Dead, Golden Plum Vase. Something that can cause a shock in Lingnan County is definitely not simple. Su Chen's curiosity about the so-called golden plum bottle arose in his heart. The two did not talk about anything useful afterwards, and Su Chen quietly left the manor. After leaving the manor, Su Chen immediately sent a message to Bai Tianyu, asking him to investigate what the golden plum bottle is. Shangate, Shiangsu Villa. Miss. A force called Xianaya Pavilion appeared behind the Jinfeng Xiaoyu Tower, and sent two envoys, Du Wudi and the undead dragon Ling Hushan. The first Dharma king of the Hanyu sect, Mo Wanji, was killed by Du Wudi, who performed a secret technique, and the living dead refined by Yan Yu was also destroyed by the undead dragon Ling Hushan. Kwei quickly reported the situation in the county city to Murin Kingchen. After listening to Kwei's words, a strange color flashed in Murin Kingchen's beautiful eyes. Xianaya Pavilion, Jinfeng Xiaoyu Tower, Ling Hushan, Du Wudi, you said that the people from Xianaya Pavilion are really here just to cheer for Jinfeng Xiaoyu Tower, Murin Kingchen said. Miss, what do you mean? Kwei, who was dressed in yellow, asked in confusion. On the surface, it looks like they are here to cheer, but I always feel that it is not. From the current situation, this Xianaya Pavilion should be a hidden force, and its strength is extraordinary. Otherwise, they would not casually send out two masters who are about to achieve the unity of spirit and soul. You said that if they showed up earlier, they would definitely shock some forces in Lingnan County. Even if they are not afraid of the power of these two people, they should not embarrass Jinfeng Xiaoyu Tower, so I guess these two people came here for other purposes, Murin Kingchen said. Miss, are they also here for Jinmei Bottle? Hearing Murin Kingchen's analysis, Kwei couldn't help but say. It is very likely that the golden plum bottle is said to have the effect of bringing the dead back to life, and everyone will be interested in it. You ask the people in the county government to pay close attention to the dynamics of Golden Wind and Rain Tower, especially the whereabouts of Du Wudi and Ling Hushan. If they have not left, I am afraid they are really here for the golden plum bottle. We need to pay attention, Murin Kingchen said. While they were talking, a young man appeared outside the Shiangsu Villa. The man's long black hair was casually scattered, his eyes were deep, his eyebrows were flying, and he was wearing a black long gown with gold embroidered on the edges of the long gown. His temperament was extraordinary. The visitor did not report and went straight into the villa. In the courtyard, Chu Linger saw the man in black shirt, and immediately showed a stupid expression on her face. She stepped forward and bowed. Meet the young master. Young master, there is only one person who can be called the young master in Shanmen, and that is Jin Mu, the son of Qianyu Anshan, the master of Shanmen. Linger, is junior sister Kingchen in the backyard? The man's tone was gentle, giving people a gentle and elegant feeling. Miss, in the backyard, I'll go report. Chu Linger immediately went to the backyard. Miss, the young master is here, Chu Linger shouted directly after entering the backyard. Murin Kingchen, who was talking, waved his hand to let Kwei leave. and stood up and walked out of the courtyard. Seeing Jin Mu coming in with Chu Linger, he stepped forward and said, "Brother, how come you have time to come to my Xiangsu villa? Junior sister, you have been practicing in the villa, and you should go out for a walk. It just so happens that a new force has emerged in the county government. My father asked me to visit it. I wonder if junior sister can go with me." Jin Mu said, "A new force has emerged, and senior brother wants you to go in person." "What kind of force is this?" Murin Kingjin asked, pretending to be a little surprised. "The new force is called Golden Wind and Drizzle Tower. This force is not simple. There is a hidden force behind it called End of the World Pavilion. This End of the World Pavilion sent 2 strong men who are about to achieve the unity of spirit and soul to come to my Lingnan County. They also killed the first Dharma king of Hanyu sect, Mo Wanji, and destroyed the Qin and Yang families. They are very powerful, so my father asked me to visit them," Jin Mu said. "So strong," Murin Qin couldn't help but said in surprise. "They are strong, and they do things very domineeringly. I'm afraid our Lingnan County will not be peaceful for long. Junior sister, come with me to see this Golden Wind and Drizzle Tower." Jin Mu said so much, in fact, just to rouse Murin Kingjin's interest. Now that his interest has been aroused, he believes that Murin Kingjin will go to the county with him. "Well, I also want to see this force," Murin Kingjin nodded. Just now, after listening to Kwai's report, she wanted to get in touch with this Golden Wind and Drizzle Tower. Now Jin Mu asked her to go with him. It just happened that she could observe the Golden Wind and Rain Tower. If possible, she might have to cooperate with the Golden Wind and Rain Tower next. Hearing this, Jin Mu smiled. "Linger, go inform Kwai to go down the mountain with me," Murin Kingjin said to Chu Linger, who was standing aside. "Miss, take me with you." Chu Linger also wanted to go down the mountain to have a look. "No one is watching here, it's not okay," Murin Kingjin said. Chu Linger looked a little disappointed when she heard this. Suddenly, her eyes lit up and she saw Su Chen coming in from outside. Su Chen returned to Shan Gate, thinking about going to the armory again to see if he could get some wool. "Su Chen, come here," Chu Linger immediately shouted to Su Chen. "Miss, now there is someone here, with Su Chen watching, I can go out with you." Hearing Chu Linger's voice, Su Chen walked over here. "Meet the dean, meet the young master." Su Chen had some impression of Jin Mu, the young master of the Sham sect, and could recognize him. "The young lady, I and Sister Kwai will go out together, and I'll leave this place to you," Chu Linger said. "Brother, this," Murin Kingjin glanced at Jin Mu. "Then let's go together." Jin Mu nodded, then looked at Su Chen and said, "You have a new person to take care of your courtyard." Jin Mu knew that the people who took care of the Xiangsu courtyard had always been Kwai and Chu Linger, and there was no one else. "Su Chen, just joined my Xiangsu courtyard," Murin Kingjin said. Hearing Murin Kingjin's words, Jin Mu frowned slightly. In his impression, Murin Kingjin didn't have the habit of remembering disciples. How could he remember Su Chen? But seeing that Su Chen was dressed like an ordinary first-class inner disciple, he didn't care. "Junior sister, let's go. After visiting the Jinfeng Xiaoyu Tower, we can also watch the Lotus Lantern Festival in the county city tonight," Jin Mu said. Originally, it was the deputy headmaster Lu Chuan who was to visit the Golden Wind and Rain Tower, but Jin Mu knew that there would be a Lotus Lantern Festival in the county government tonight, so he took over this matter. He just wanted to watch the Lantern Festival with Murin Kingjin. "Su Chen, the backyard is a private place. No disciples are allowed to enter, including you," Kwai said at this time. "Disciple understands," Su Chen nodded. He had not thought about entering the backyard before, but now he was a little curious. When Su Chen responded, the 4 had already walked out of the Xiangsu villa. Only Su Chen was left in the courtyard. Su Chen did not care. He first went to the armory to search, but he did not get any wool. Then he closed the door of the villa. He entered the secret room to practice. Who made his body's early practice progress so far behind others, so he could only try to catch up on his own. Chapter 111 Bai Tianyu's Blood Sword. At dusk, Su Chen came out of the secret room of Xiangsu Villa and returned to his own courtyard. On the way, a errand disciple walked towards Su Chen. "Sir, this is a secret letter from the Lord of Bai Tower." When the errand boy approached Su Chen, he whispered something, and then took out a secret letter from his arms and handed it to Su Chen. Then he staggered with Su Chen and left quickly. The person who delivered the letter was a spy trained by the people of Jinfeng Xiaoyu Tower, who was responsible for the information transmission between him and the county government. In the courtyard, Chen opened the secret letter, his eyes slightly condensed, and the letter mentioned that Golden Plum Bottle did have the ability to bring back the dead. Triggering task: the host touches Golden Plum Bottle, snatches Golden Plum Bottle, and is rewarded with 1 Golden Plum Bottle side effect elimination card. Chen didn't care about the triggering task. He cared about the effect of the Golden Plum Bottle, which was to bring back the dead. Once such a treasure is born, no one in the world will not be tempted. Lingnan County is simply impossible not to be in chaos. Thinking of this, Chen's eyes condensed. If this matter was spread by the Jinfeng Xiaoyu Tower, then the momentum of Jinfeng Xiaoyu Tower would be further enhanced. Of course, Jinfeng Xiaoyu Tower only spread it, and did not confirm the truth of this matter. Thinking of this, Chen decided to let Bai Tianyu spread the news tomorrow. He wanted to see the thoughts and movements of other forces in Lingnan County. Then he went into the house, prepared to rest. But then he thought of getting a blue lottery card when Jinfeng Xiaoyu Tower opened today. With a thought in his mind, he used it directly. Congratulations on winning the invincible Bai Tianyu sword blood sword. Then a black knife appeared in Chen's hand. The handle was black, and the scabbard was black. There was a hint of dark red in the black, which should be caused by years of erosion by blood. Seeing this, Chen couldn't help but pull out the long knife, and a huge murderous intent spread from the blade. Chen shuddered all over. Immediately put the long knife into the scabbard. This murderous intent is so strong that it gives me chills. This knife is stronger than my Xiaoyu knife that has entered the weapon level, Chen thought to himself. On the other side, in the Northern Pacification Office, Yan Yu looked gloomy. Shangwenzu, that old guy, really has no courage at all. He actually ran away with his men. Wait for me to find a chance, and I must deal with this Shangwenzu, Yan Yu yelled. Pei Xiangsu beside him did not speak. At this time, Yan Yu was angry, so it was better for him to speak less. At this time, a guard appeared outside the hall. The guard glanced at the hall and saw Yan Yu, who was angry. He looked a little flustered and didn't know whether he should go in. Pei Xiangsu walked out of the hall when he saw this. The attendant immediately came to Pei Xiangsu's ear and said a few words. Suddenly, Pei Xiangsu's eyes changed, waved his hand to let people leave, and he returned to the hall. What happened? Yan Yu looked at Pei Xiangsu with a bad face and said, Sir, we may be in trouble. Just now, there was news from the capital that the Linggayu sword sect may have clues about the Golden Plum Bottle, Pei Xiangsu said in a deep voice. What did you say? You said that there was news from the capital that the Linggayu sword sect had information about the Golden Plum Bottle, Yan Yu asked with his pupils shrinking suddenly. Yes, this news should have spread in the capital. I estimate that in less than 2 days, this news will spread in the county city, Pei Xiangsu said. Okay, I didn't expect to hear such news at this time. You asked someone to send the body that has been deprived of water to the cold storage. The Golden Plum Bottle can bring people back to life. As long as I get the Golden Plum Bottle, I can revive my son. This news comes too timely, Yan Yu said with a big laugh. Sir, when the Golden Plum Bottle appears, the capital will definitely send someone here. I have received a secret report that Helian Chunshu, the son of the Marquis of Zhenan, may come to my Lingnan prefecture. The Marquis of Zhenan is one of the core figures behind our Northern Zhenfu division. Once the young Marquis comes, you may have to hand over the power of the Northern Zhenfu division of Lingnan prefecture. Once this power is handed over, it will be difficult for you to obtain the Golden Plum Bottle. At that time, Pei Xiangsu said in a deep voice. Hearing Pei Xiangsu's words, Yan Yu's face sank. It was indeed as Pei Xiangsu said. Once Helian Chunshu arrived, the power of the Lingnan Northern Zhenfu division would inevitably be transferred. At that time, he could only obey Helian Chunshu. Even if he got the Golden Plum Bottle, he would still have to give it to Helian Chunshu. And Helian Chunshu would not lend him such a treasure to revive his son. By the way, contact the Qinglong Temple and see if they have any reply. Yan Yu took a sip of water and said. The great Dharma King of Qinglong Temple has not come out of retreat yet, and the other Dharma Kings of Qinglong Temple are unwilling to take action, Pei Xiangsu said in a deep voice. At the critical moment, it is useless. Yan Yu slapped the table beside him. Bang! The table beside him was directly smashed by this palm. Master, we need to calm down now. We must find a way to get this golden plum bottle. Once we get it, the eldest and third sons may be resurrected. The body of the third son has just been transported back from King Chen and buried not long ago. I will go to the third son's grave later and secretly dig out his body and send it to the underground ice storage together with the body of the eldest son, waiting to get the golden plum bottle, and resurrect the two young masters, Bai Tianyu said. Hearing Bai Tianyu's words, Yan Yu's eyes condensed and said, "It seems that you should have an idea here. Tell me." Bai Tianyu has cooperated with him for decades. He knows Bai Tianyu very well, and Bai Tianyu actually said so he should have an idea. "Sir, we can pass this news to Qinglong Temple and Xiangshe League, and use them to obtain the golden plum bottle," Bai Tianyu said. "Qinglong Temple has drawn a clear line with us this time, so there is no need for us to tell them this news," Yan Yu said in a deep voice. His son Yan Zuanshu joined the Qinglong Temple as the Dharma king. But now his son is dead. Qinglong Temple did not come forward to help him get revenge. So why should he tell Qinglong Temple this news? "Sir, even if we don't tell Qinglong Temple, I think Qinglong Temple will know in a day or two. In this case, why don't we show goodwill to Qinglong Temple? So that Qinglong Temple can also owe us a favor," Bai Tianyu said. Hearing this, Yan Yu's eyes lit up. What Bai Tianyu said was indeed a good idea. If the three families are all interested in the golden plum bottle, they can not only cooperate, but also supervise each other. This way, it will be most beneficial to him. "You do this," Yan Yu nodded. "I understand. I will go to the third young master's grave first," Bai Tianyu said, and then left the hall. He wanted to dig up Yan Shu's grave first and put Yan Shu's body into the cold storage. The longer the body is stored outside, the more likely it is to rot. Chapter 112 Gold Mine, Money Gang, Killing Building Without Regrets. Blood Flag Sect. In a secret room, Shangwenzu, the leader of the Blood Flag Sect, was standing in front of a man in black. The man in black was wrapped in a black robe and wore a mask on his face, leaving only a pair of hawk-like eyes. Shangwenzu was burly and exuded a strong bloody aura, but he seemed very restrained in front of the man in black robe. "Third brother, why did you come to Lingnan Prefecture?" Shangwenzu asked with a bow. It was reported from the capital that Lingayu Sword Sect had clues about the golden plum bottle. This is our opportunity. Once the golden plum bottle is out, Lingnan Prefecture will definitely be in chaos. It is a good opportunity for us to expand. That's why I asked you to evacuate immediately after I came. Yan Yu of the Northern Pacification Division has been abandoned. Helian Chunshu, the son of this Henan Marcus in the capital, has come to Lingnan Prefecture and will definitely take over Yan Yu's position as the leader. By then, Yan Yu will definitely be gradually replaced, the masked man said. The voice was deep and rich, and it exuded a sense of majesty. It looked like a person with power. Young Marcus Helian Chunshu, he is probably only here for a while and will not stay here for a long time. Once Helian Chunshu leaves, Yan Yu will still be the leader of the North Pacification Division of Lingnan County. Our next move will depend on him, Shangwenzu said. Power, once transferred, will never be taken back. Helian Chunshu took over the North Pacification Division of Lingnan County. Even if he leaves, he will arrange his own people to take over this position. Yan Yu has no chance, the man in black robe said in a low voice. But Yan Yu should have someone in the North Pacification Division of the capital, otherwise, he can't be the leader of the North Pacification Division of Lingnan County, Shangwenzu said. Yan Yu followed Feng Yinken's lineage, but Yan Yu has been trying to get close to the right Prime Minister Fu Zhongshu for many years, which led to him being abandoned by Feng Yinken. The reason why he was not removed from the position of the leader of the Northern Pacification Division of Lingnan County was probably because Feng Yinken didn't touch him for Fu Zhongshu's sake, but now the Marquis of Xianan wants to touch him. Feng Yinken won't care, and Fu Zhongshu is not the core power figure behind the Northern Pacification Division, so he can only be abandoned, the visitor said in a deep voice. But this is not what we care about. What we want is chaos in the Lingnan County government. Only when there is chaos can our Jinkian gang enter the Lingnan County city, the visitor said in a deep voice. You try your best to make friends with the Jinfeng Xiaoyu Tower, and you must find a way to get the Qin family's mine in Zishan from the Jinfeng Xiaoyu Tower. There is a gold mine in the Zishan mine, the visitor continued. What, gold mine? The Qin family has been mining for so many years and there is not a single grain of gold. Shangwenzu's face showed shock. They will never be able to mine the gold mine. The people in the mine have all been controlled by our Jiqian gang, and the mining direction is staggered, the visitor continued. This, third senior brother, I understand what you mean. I will go to the Jinfeng Xiaoyu Tower in a while, put down my attitude, and offer favorable conditions to let them give up the Zishan mine, Shang Wenzu said. Okay. During this period of time, I will stay here to pay attention to the situation in Lingnan County. Of course, if we can get the clues of the golden plum bottle and report it to the eldest brother, I think the eldest brother will be very happy, the visitor continued. Don't worry, third senior brother, I will investigate here. I will go to the Jinfeng Xiaoyu Tower first to see if I can get the Zishan mine, Shang Wenzu said. Okay, I will wait for good news from my junior brother here, the visitor nodded. Shang Wenzu bowed and left the secret room. After leaving the secret room, Shang Wenzu's eyes slightly condensed. Zishan gold mine, golden plum bottle, I still know too little. Soon, they came to the main hall. Prepare a generous gift. I'm going to Jinfeng Xiaoyu Tower to meet the owner Bai Tianyu, Shang Wenzu said to a servant in the hall. Of course, many forces are also heading to Jinfeng Xiaoyu Tower. Powerful forces are always sought after. Another place. Shangate, Su Chen has been practicing these 2 days, but his own strength has not improved very quickly. Martial arts practice is as slow as sailing against a current. There is no explosive speed in the early stage. It seems that it will take some years to practice hard by myself, Su Chen thought to himself. He has also been using 1,000-year-old ginseng these 2 days, but he did not swallow it directly like he used blood ginseng before, but sliced it and increased the body's functions little by little. Dong dong. There was a knock on the door of Su Chen's courtyard. He got up and went to the courtyard to open the door. Brother Su, your letter, who gave me this letter? Su Chen was a little confused. He opened it and saw that it was Liu Wumei, who asked him to go down the mountain to meet. Could it be that Liu Wumei has settled the matter of entering Changhan Palace? Su Chen thought to himself. After putting away the letter, Su Chen first came to Xiangsu Villa. Qiulinger had already returned. Su Chen told her that he was going down the mountain. After all, he was in charge of the arsenal now. He was not on the villa, so he had to tell her. After saying goodbye to Qiulinger, Su Chen quickly went down the mountain. The outer city of the prefecture. There are also many people living outside the city of Lingnan Prefecture, which is called the outer city. Outside a small courtyard. Su Chen looked at the small courtyard in front of him, and he was a little confused. He didn't understand why Liu Wumei would ask him out here. Su Chen pushed open the door of the small courtyard and walked in. Inside the small courtyard, Liu Wumei was wearing a black long skirt, a veil on her face, and stood in the manner with a graceful figure. Seeing Su Chen coming, a smile appeared on her face. You were not driven out of Changhan Palace, were you? Otherwise, why didn't you see me in Changhan? Su Chen looked at the other party and said. This time I came to you mainly to ask for your help. I want to kill someone. If I kill him, I will be in charge of Lingnan Prefecture Changhan Palace in the future, Liu Wumei said. Hearing this, Su Chen frowned slightly and said, You want to kill Liu Wuhu, but he is your senior brother. He betrayed Master and Changhan Palace, and Master asked me to clean up the mess, but my senior brother has been operating here for countless years, and there are some powerful people around him. He needs to find someone to hold them back. So I thought of you, Liu Wumei said. Clean up the mess. Su Chen frowned slightly and said, Isn't your Changhan Palace very loose? Why are you still afraid of betrayal? Liu Wumei wanted Su Chen to join Changhan Palace before, but she didn't say this. He is different. He is the master of Changhan Palace in Lingnan County. This identity cannot be betrayed or loose. If you join, there will be no such restrictions. Liu Wumei looked at Su Chen and said. Is that so? That's not bad, but to be honest, I really don't take your senior brother seriously, Su Chen said. Although his realm has not reached the peak of the refining god realm, he may not be unkillable at the peak of the refining god realm. Chapter 113, No Flowers, Cutting with a Sword in the Wind. Now that Su Chen's strength has increased, he doesn't care much about Liu Wuhu. It seems that you don't take my senior brother seriously. Why don't you deal with my senior brother? Looking at Su Chen's appearance, Liu Wumei said. As long as the money and resources are in place, if you want your senior brother to die, I can also find a way to kill him, Su Chen said. That's good, this is the deposit. After the matter is done, I will give you another gift. While Liu Wumei was talking, He took out a small brocade box from his sleeve and placed it in front of Su Chen. "Open it and take a look." A golden light appeared in Su Chen's eyes, and it was a bead emitting golden light. Discover ordinary golden spirit beads, wearing and absorbing can temper the body, and reward 2 white lottery cards. At this time, Su Chen knew the information of this bead and got 2 white lottery cards. This is a golden spirit bead, which can temper the body of the cultivator. I still have to thank Jin Feng's Iu Tower. They let me win this golden spirit bead from my senior brother, Liu Wumai said. You are so cruel. You use other people's things and ask for help to kill him. Su Chen looked at Liu Wumai and said. Although he said so, he put the brocade box containing the golden spirit bead into his arms without hesitation. His physical body skill, the unmoving demon god skill, is also for tempering the physical body. With this thing, he can reduce the time of tempering the physical body. How could he not want it? When do you do it? Su Chen asked. Tonight, Liu Wumai said. You will attack him tonight. Have you arranged everything here? Su Chen asked. No preparation, because he wants to attack me. If I don't do it again, I may be imprisoned by him, Liu Wumai said. Okay, then I will find a way to kill him tonight, Su Chen said. Lu Wu is quite powerful, but if he finds an opportunity, he can kill him even if he does not burst out his full strength. Come back to Changhen Palace with me. At that time, surround and kill Lu Wu in Changhen Palace, Liu Wumai said. Eternal Regret Palace is your senior brother's territory. It's a little difficult for us to ambush and kill him there, Su Chen looked at Liu Wumai and said. That means that the two of them can't deal with Lu Wu. It's a little troublesome, but it's the best chance. I'm not looking for you to kill Lu Wu. You just need to help us stop some of his men. My senior brother's life will be taken by me and another person. Liu Wumai looked at Su Chen and said. So you came to me just to stop the men? Su Chen looked at Liu Wumai and said. Don't talk nonsense, it's getting late. There is a set of clothes and a human skin mask in the room. You change into them and we will leave from the dark. Liu Wumai looked at Su Chen and said. Seeing this, Su Chen didn't say anything else. He entered the room and changed into a set of clothes, which was an ordinary Changhen Palace disciple's robe. On the way to Changhen Palace, Su Chen thought of the 2 white lottery cards he had just received. Previously, when he exchanged for a blue lottery card, he drew Bai Tianyu's blood knife. Su Chen felt that he would not be able to draw characters recently, so he did not need to keep these 2 white lottery cards. Experience card for Wuhu Monk's Yingfang Yidao's Hin special skill. A bottle of Western Region Deer Blood Pill, 10/bottle. This Su Chen did not expect that he would draw Wuhu Monk's Yingfang Yidao's Hin experience card. Wuhu Monk is a character who appeared in Chu Liuxiang. His strength is absolutely extraordinary. If Chu Liuxiang had not been determined to die, he might not be his opponent. Unexpectedly, he drew his special skill, Yingfang Yidao's Hin experience card this time. This knife special skill is combined with Ma Ziyu knife. With one knife, I will see that Lu Wu can't stop it, Su Chen thought to himself. Soon, he returned to Changhen Palace with Liu Wumai. When entering the palace, Su Chen suddenly felt that he was locked by a thought, and this thought carried a fierce killing intention. His eyes condensed. He is the person I invited. Just when Su Chen wanted to ask something, Liu Wumai spoke. When Liu Wumai finished speaking, a woman wearing a veil and carrying a quiver on her back walked in from the dark. He is the person you invited, but he is a little weak. The woman in black looked at Liu Wumai and said, This is my business, you don't need to ask about it, we will do it tonight. Liu Wumai said, Everything is up to you. After the woman in black carrying the quiver on her back finished speaking, she walked into the dark of the palace. This person should be someone who came from Changhen Palace. He is quite strong, but a little arrogant. Su Chen glanced at the woman carrying the quiver in the dark and thought to himself. Of course, the other party's ability to restrain his breath is also extraordinary. If he hadn't seen the other party walk into the dark, he might not have been able to sense the other party. Su Chen also went to the dark on the side. Shinai directly restrained all his own breath. The woman in the dark sensed the disappearance of Su Chen's breath, her face changed, and a dark light flashed in the depths of her eyes. She couldn't help but look at Su Chen again. She knew that she had made a mistake. Su Chen might be a first-class killer. In less than a moment, footsteps sounded outside the palace. With the footsteps, Lu Wu walked in from outside the palace. Junior sister, why are you so anxious to find me? Lu Wu said. Brother, Master got the news that you betrayed Changhan Palace and asked me to investigate. Liu Wumei looked at Lu Wuhu and said. Hearing this, Lu Wuhu's face changed. Junior sister, how could I betray Chang'an Palace? This news is not true. You can report directly to Master. There is no such thing, Lu Wuhu said in a deep voice. Brother, some things cannot be concealed. I advise you to go see Master. Maybe Master will think of the friendship between Master and apprentice and will not attack you and spare your life, Liu Wumei said. Hearing Liu Wumei say this, Lu Wuhu's face changed and his eyes became gloomy. It seems that junior sister has found out something. It's a pity. I didn't think of using force on you, junior sister. Now I can only imprison you. There is also arrow rain. You should be in the hall. Come out. At this time, Lu Wuhu spoke. Hearing this, Liu Wumei's eyes condensed. She didn't expect Lu Wuhu to know that arrow rain was here. In the dark, the black-clothed woman who was called out slowly walked out of the dark. I didn't expect that the third young master could find me, the black-clothed woman looked at Lu Wuhu and said. She restrained her aura, so Lu Wuhu should not be able to find it. You and Zishao are the two generals under my master. Zishao is now in Jiangnan, so you should be the one to deal with me, Lu Wuhu looked at the black-clothed woman calmly. It seems that the third young master is on guard against the master. The moment he spoke, he grabbed with his right hand, and 3 arrows were placed on the bow in his left hand. Swish! 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 But these 3 arrows were not shot at Lu Wuhu, but at where Su Chen was. The elderly at home are in the hospital, and the updates may be unstable from today onwards. Chapter 114, Fight, No One Can Leave. Hiding in the dark, Su Chen's face changed. He didn't expect that the people on Liu Wumei's side would actually attack him. The arrows were extremely fast, and 3 arrows had locked onto his dodging position. At this time, he could only face the arrows head-on. His eyes condensed, his palms turned dark, and he suddenly clenched them into fists. Bang! The fist collided with one of the arrows, making a sound of golden swords. The powerful impact also caused Su Chen's body to hit the wall of the palace. I didn't expect the energy shot by this woman to be so strong, Su Chen thought to himself. But then he kicked the wall with his footsteps and rushed towards the woman. The woman saw that Su Chen's fist collided with her arrows and hit the wall, but she didn't suffer any injuries and rushed towards her. Her eyes condensed, her body retreated rapidly, and 3 arrows appeared in her hands. She drew the bow and shot the arrows instantly. This time, the 3 arrows did not appear in different directions, but were concentrated at one point, rushing towards Su Chen like a meteor. Su Chen turned his body in the air, dodging the 3 arrows, and continued to attack the woman with a quiver on his back. When he reached the woman, he punched out. A strong airflow burst out from his fist, and the surrounding air made a huge explosion sound under this strong airflow. The woman with a quiver on her back was not panicked at all when she saw this. She changed her longbow in an instant, stepped forward, and violently slashed at Su Chen with a longbow in her right hand. The black longbow was like a long sword, with extremely fast speed. A cold light burst out from the longbow. It collided with Su Chen's fist. Bang! Su Chen's footsteps fell, and the rocks on the ground shattered instantly, and the woman with a quiver on her back was shocked back several steps by the huge force. But at this moment, a hint of cruelty appeared in her eyes. Because one of the 3 arrows shot out earlier was nailed on the wall, and the other 2 arrows were a step slower and hit the arrowheads. A force of energy flowed out from the arrowheads, and the 2 arrows were instantly turned around and shot towards Su Chen's back. The speed was even faster than before. Su Chen, be careful. In a hurry, Liu Wumei called out Su Chen's name. At this moment, Su Chen had already sensed the return of the 2 arrows. When he landed, he still bent down, grabbed the 2 arrows with both hands like lightning, and instantly grabbed them in his hands, and then threw them directly at the woman carrying the quiver. Seeing this, the woman flashed, leaving a residual image, and dodged Su Chen's attack. Su Chen, you are Su Chen? Hearing this voice, Lu Wuhu showed surprise on his face, and his eyes were fixed on Su Chen. He didn't believe the name Liu Wumei called out. At this time, Su Chen was also a little helpless. He called out just now, and his mental quality was a little low. But out of concern, Su Chen subconsciously called out, and he couldn't blame the other party. He took off the human skin mask on his face and said to Lu Wuhu, Sister Liu, I didn't expect that the person sent by your master was actually one of us, Seeing Su Chen take off the human skin mask on his face, Lu Wuhu was still stunned, revealing an unbelievable look. "You are really Su Chen? How can you be so strong?" Lu Wuhu looked at Su Chen and said. "Is this strange?" Su Chen's tone was very cold. A murderous intent spread over him. Especially for the woman carrying the quiver. "Tianyu, you actually betrayed your master." Liu Wumei looked at the woman carrying the quiver and said coldly. "If she didn't want to kill Wuhu, I wouldn't betray her, not to mention that no one knows that it was me who betrayed her, it was you who betrayed her." The arrow rain looked at Liu Wumei and said. Hearing this, Liu Wumei's pupils suddenly shrank and her eyes looked at Su Chen. "Don't worry, they recognized my identity, and no one can leave today," Su Chen said coldly. "Once his strength is exposed, his identity will also be identified. Many people will guess that he is related to the Golden Wind and Rainy Rain Tower. Although some people now speculate that he is related to the Golden Wind and Rainy Rain Tower, they only think that he has contact with the Golden Wind and Rainy Rain Tower. But once his strength is exposed, he will be considered a member of the Golden Wind and Rainy Rain Tower. These two people today must not think of leaving." After speaking, Su Chen touched his back. He held the Rainy Rain knife in his hand and looked at the rain of arrows with cold eyes. The Rainy Rain knife was unsheathed, and he stepped on the ground and rushed forward again. When he approached the rain of arrows, he instantly pulled out the Rainy Rain knife in his hand. The dazzling knife light instantly stung the eyes of the rain of arrows, and the whistling sound of a rainstorm fell towards her. The rain of arrows that was originally prepared to shoot backhand arrows could only use her longbow to block the rain of knife light. Swish! When her longbow collided with the Rainy Rain knife in Su Chen's hand, it was directly cut off by the knife light. When the longbow blocked the knife light, she sensed a danger in her heart. So at the moment when the longbow was cut off, she retreated quickly. But the veil on her face was still cut off, revealing a beautiful face. But at this time, her beautiful face looked too pale. If she hadn't dodged quickly, she would have been cut in the head by the opponent and died. "Your weapon." The retreating arrow rain looked at it solemnly. But what responded to her was the drizzle knife in Su Chen's hand. This time the knife light was not violent, but like a continuous drizzle. The drizzle of the knife light revealed an extremely dangerous feeling. Arrow rain's face changed drastically. The sense of danger in her heart became stronger and stronger. Boom. However, Su Chen didn't care about her fear and continued to attack. What he wanted now was the death of the opponent. If he dared to attack him, he would die under his knife. Arrow Rain's mind became more and more terrified in the knife light, and her body dodged, but every time she dodged, she would feel as if she was blocked by the knife light. If she dragged on, she would not be able to hide. With a push of her foot on the ground, the arrows in her quiver instantly flew into the air, and then she caught them in her hands and threw them towards the knife light in front of her at the same time. But at this moment, she saw Su Chen's figure retract, the Ziyu knife in his hand turned, and he took a step forward, dodging her two arrows. And in the moment of dodging, the blood in his body suddenly surged, and the whole person came towards him like a tiger coming down the mountain. The Ziyu knife in his hand slashed directly. It was like the colorful clouds after the evening drizzle. Damn it! Lu Wuhu here sensed the danger of the rain of arrows. His face became ferocious, and he pulled out a soft sword in his arms, and the sword light pointed directly at Su Chen. He wanted to block Su Chen's attack and save the rain of arrows. But at this time, Liu Wumei took action, raised her palm, and a reddish-brown light appeared in her hand. Then she attacked Lu Wuhu. She wanted to help Su Chen block this attack. As long as she blocked this attack, Su Chen would be able to kill the rain of arrows. Looking for death, Lu Wuhu saw Liu Wumei attacking him, and the long sword in his hand stabbed at Liu Wumei's palm like a poisonous snake. Liu Wumei retracted her palm and turned like a butterfly to avoid Lu Wuhu's attack. Ah! When she dodged the sword, a miserable sound came out from the mouth of the arrow rain. Chapter 115 on the importance of weapons. The scream was short, and then there was no sound. Because the woman carrying the quiver had her head chopped off by the long knife in Su Chen's hand. Her body fell to the ground. The body was separated, and blood flowed like a stream of water. Seeing this scene, Lu Wuhu's face changed wildly. He didn't expect Jianyu to die in Su Chen's hands like this. He looked at Su Chen with vigilance. This Su Chen was hiding too deeply. With such strength, how could he be unknown? Could this Su Chen also be from that Xianyu pavilion? Thinking of this, Lu Wuhu felt a sense of terror in his heart. He felt that he had ruined a good hand of cards, putting himself in a completely passive situation. Especially the extraordinary weapon in Su Chen's hand made him very wary. The bow and arrow in Jian Ayu's hand came from the hands of their Changhan Palace Xianzhuan old man, and it was the best weapon among ordinary items. Now it was cut in half by Su Chen's knife. The long knife in Su Chen's hand may have reached the weapon level. If Liu Wumei is added, he was no match for them today, so he had to flee. But Su Chen would not do as he wished. He appeared behind Lu Wuhu like a ghost and blocked the entrance to the palace. "Lu Palace Master, where are you going?" Su Chen looked at Lu Wuhu and said. "Su Chen, are you going to fight me to the death?" Lu Wuhu said sternly. "Who told you who I am? If you don't die, who will die?" "Of course, you actually had a chance to escape, but in order to kill people and silence them, you secretly transferred all the servants in the surrounding palaces away, resulting in no one here, and no one knew what happened here, and the news could not be spread." While Su Chen was speaking, he raised his palm and grabbed it directly, and the palace door closed directly. Looking for death, looking for death. At this time, Lu Wuhu seemed a little impatient. Su Chen was not giving him a chance to leave alive. "You forced me to do this, so I will kill you first." Lu Wuhu's face became sinister, and he turned his body, and the long sword in his hand instantly attacked Su Chen. A sword shadow formed, enveloping Su Chen. Under the sword shadow, the air became distorted. Su Chen's sword flashed and slashed directly. Instantly, the sword shadow was shattered, and then the long sword in his hand pointed at Lu Wuhu. Lu Wuhu stared at Su Chen with a sinister look, and also slashed at Su Chen with a sword. The move was like a dragon. The long sword in Su Chen's hand whistled out, and the surging sword energy was like a landslide and tsunami, heading towards Lu Wuhu. Bang! The sword light and the knife light collided, forming a key force, sweeping out in all directions. But when the key force disappeared, only the hilt of the long sword in Lu Wuhu's hand remained, and the rest shattered into pieces and fell to the ground. "This is a weapon-level weapon," Su Chen looked at Lu Wuhu and said coldly. Lu Wuhu didn't expect that Su Chen would have a weapon-level weapon in his hand. At this moment, the fear that was more than before instantly swept through his heart, and he roared and stretched out his hand. A palm slapped out, and a blood-colored stream appeared in the palm, forming the shape of a dragon, attacking Su Chen. The blood-colored energy of this palm surged, bringing a little pressure to himself. But the Xiaoyu knife in his hand attacked again. The figure also shot over violently. And the knife light appeared like lightning, slashing towards Lu Wuhu. At this moment, the knife light directly covered everything about him, making him unable to sense the changes in the outside world. Roar! Lu Wuhu couldn't help but roar at the moment of losing his sense. The huge force caused Su Chen's knife light to deviate, causing Su Chen's move to be dodged instantly. The figure retreated several steps before barely standing. Just as he stood, the knife light that tore everything roared towards Lu Wuhu. Su Chen would not let the opponent have any chance. The desperate enemy must be chased, and the opponent must not be allowed to recover his strength. The figure appeared at the door of the hall like a ghost. Then the knife light fell towards Lu Wuhu like a rain of knives. Lu Wuhu turned his body and dodged a knife, but Su Chen's knife was getting faster and faster, and his dodging speed was getting slower and slower to keep up with the knife light. "If you continue like this, you will die." The next moment, a blood-colored pill appeared in Lu Wuhu's hand, and he swallowed it in one gulp. Suddenly, the aura around him began to surge. A huge amount of energy flowed out, forming streams of air. The speed of Su Chen's sword light slowed down. At the moment when the sword light slowed down, Lu Wuhu's face became gloomy. He stepped on the ground suddenly, and the whole person shot out like a cannonball. Sky Eagle Claw, he raised his palm and grabbed Su Chen's head. But Su Chen retreated, turned the long sword in his hand, and slashed towards Lu Wuhu's palm. Boom! At this moment, a huge airwave vortex appeared in his palm, directly pressing on the long sword in Su Chen's hand. The thick blood suppressed the long sword. It made the long sword unable to move forward. Seeing this, Su Chen's eyes flashed with cold light, and a stream of energy from his palm was like the inside of the long sword. Lu Wuhu was already close to the initial stage of soul refining. After swallowing the elixir, his ki was strong and he showed signs of a breakthrough. Although Su Chen's weapon was of the weapon grade, his own ki combined with the weapon grade weapon could not break the double ki. "Haha, you can't break it. I want you dead," Lu Wuhu laughed ferociously. At this moment, Liu Wumei made a move. Liu Wumei also had a long sword in his hand, and the sword energy went directly to Lu Wuhu's heart. The move was a killing move. Seeing this, Lu Wuhu's eyes condensed, and he turned around and rushed towards Liu Wumei. At the moment he turned around, Su Chen retracted his long sword, stepped on the ground, and his whole body rushed towards Lu Wuhu like lightning. The violent ki force burst out from his body, forming a stream of air. It was faster than Lu Wuhu, who turned around to deal with Liu Wumei. With a bang, Lu Wuhu was knocked down by Su Chen and flew out. The whole person hit the wall. Cough cough. A mouthful of blood spurted out of his mouth. The whole person fell to the ground. And at this moment, Su Chen appeared, and the drizzle knife in his hand was like drizzle, scratching his neck without a trace. Not giving him any chance to breathe. Insert the knife into the scabbard and put it on his back. At this time, Liu Wumei looked at Su Chen with horror. In a short time, Su Chen killed 2 people. The strength of these 2 people is much stronger than her. When you were in Qingcheng, you were hiding your strength? Liu Wumei looked at Su Chen and said, "No, I still have to rely on this weapon in my hand to defeat them today. Without it, you can't break their key defense at all. If you can't break their defense, you and I have no chance of winning and can only escape," Su Chen said. "I didn't expect you to have a weapon. It's right to invite you this time. Otherwise, today would be my death, but I didn't expect that the rain of arrows under Master's hands was actually bought by Lu Wuhu." Liu Wumei sighed in her heart. If you're listening to this novel on a channel other than Fanfic World, it means they downloaded and uploaded it without effort. We cordially invite you to visit our channel, Mundo Fanfic Novelis. There you'll find the original version of this story and you can explore many other novels of various genres. We're waiting for you to immerse yourself in a world of incredible novels. Chapter 116, Treasure House, Windfall. You said your master really didn't know that this rain of arrows had anything to do with Lu Wuhu. Su Chen looked at Liu Wumei and asked with some doubt. Hearing Su Chen's words, Liu Wumei's expression was slightly startled. "Don't you need to sow discord between me and my master? I won't tell my master about your affairs. I'll handle things here, you can go back first." Liu Wumei looked at Su Chen and said, "I didn't sow discord between you and your master, I just have this suspicion, but I can't leave now. These 2 people were killed by me. How can I come empty-handed and leave empty-handed?" Su Chen said. "These 2 people were killed by him, and the spoils can only be his. Lu Wuhu is the master of the branch hall of Chang'an Palace, how can he not have treasures?" Hearing Su Chen's words, Liu Wumei said, "But everyone in Chang'an Palace is his. It's impossible for you to take the things in this branch palace. When I completely control this branch palace, I will take you to choose. Look at my face." While Liu Wumei was speaking, Su Chen's face began to change, and in the blink of an eye he turned into Lu Wuhu's appearance. And his figure became exactly the same. Seeing the change in Su Chen's face, Liu Wumei showed shock on his face. "No one will doubt it now. Take me to the treasure house, and the key to the treasure house, you should know it." Su Chen looked at Liu Wumei. When Liu Wumei heard Su Chen's words, her shocked eyes recovered and she said, "Your disguise skills are really not simple. I'll get rid of these 2 bodies first." A jade bottle appeared in Liu Wumei's hand, and it was about to drip on the 2 people. But Su Chen's figure flashed, appeared in front of the 2 people, and began to touch the corpses. A secret book emerged from Lu Wuhu's body. Su Chen put it into his arms without looking at it. There were only 300 taels of silver notes, a top-grade jade pendant and a bunch of keys. He also took off Lu Wuhu's clothes. As for Jianyu, there was an archery manual on him, and he only had a dozen taels of silver. They were all poor. Su Chen shook his head and said to Liu Wumei, "It can be dealt with." Liu Wumei couldn't help shaking her head when she saw Su Chen like this. Then 2 drops of corpse-dissolving liquid dripped from the jade bottle, and the bodies of the 2 instantly turned into a pool of thick water. "Let's go to the treasury," Liu Wumei said. Su Chen changed into Lu Wuhu's clothes in the dark and followed Liu Wumei out of the palace. Soon they came to treasury. There were guards outside the treasury. When they saw Lu Wuhu and Liu Wumei, they immediately stepped forward and bowed. "Meet the palace master and deputy palace master." The guard guarding the treasury of the branch hall saluted. "Wait for me outside." Su Chen imitated Lu Wuhu's voice and spoke. He went into the treasury. As for Liu Wumei, Su Chen ordered her to wait outside. Seeing Su Chen entering the treasure house, Liu Wumei's beautiful eyes were filled with anger, but she did not refute, but waited outside. On the way here, Liu Wumei had already informed Su Chen of the distribution of the keys to the treasure house. So Su Chen opened the door of the treasure house very easily, entering the depths of the treasure house. Inside the treasure house, there was a row of shelves, on which were placed some books and some treasure chests. Su Chen did not even look at them, and directly sent all these things to his stored ring. Why didn't he let Liu Wumei in? It was to collect the things inside. The foundation of the Golden Wind and Drizzle Tower was a little small. Su Chen was adding to the foundation of the Golden Wind and Drizzle Tower. Soon, all the things in the treasure were collected by Su Hao into his stored ring. At this moment, his stored ring was already full. At this time, outside, Liu Wumei's anger had not disappeared, and she saw Su Chen walking in. As soon as he came out, he looked at the guard with a frosty face. "Why is there nothing in the treasure house?" Su Chen said sternly. Hearing this, the two guards looked confused. Liu Wumei quickly came to Su Chen and said, "You said that the things in the treasury are gone. Come in and see." Su Chen's face showed an extremely angry expression. Seeing this, Liu Wumei's expression changed, and she rushed in with her people. When she entered the treasury, she saw the situation inside the treasury. Her face changed drastically. The two guards who came with her were pale at this time. They were trembling all over. They were on duty tonight, and now the things in the treasury were gone. They would definitely be unlucky. How is this possible? Why is there nothing in it? Liu Wumei looked at the empty treasury and asked herself. "Come back to the palace with me first. You continue to guard here, and investigate all the people who entered the treasury in the past few days," Liu Wumei ordered. The two guards hurried back to investigate. Su Chen followed Liu Wumei into the hall. How could there be nothing at all? Did Liu Wu move the things away before? Liu Wumei said in a deep voice. How would I know that? I wanted to pick something. I didn't expect to get nothing. What a loss, Su Chen said. He was so happy in his heart. He knew that his stored ring was already full of things. The treasures accumulated by the Lingnan branch of Changhan Palace over the years would definitely trigger something for him. This harvest was simply a great success. Hearing Su Chen's words, Liu Wumei said, "Wait until I get the things back, then you can choose." But where did Liu Wu get the things? Why didn't you hear anything before? Seeing Liu Wumei asking herself, Su Chen said, "Because you are just the deputy hall master. Okay, the work here has been completed. I will go back first. I didn't expect that after all the hard work, I didn't get anything," Su Chen said and walked out of the palace. He still looked like Liu Wu. After leaving the branch of Changhan Palace, Su Chen changed into black clothes in a corner, put on a bamboo hat and disappeared in the dark. After a while, Su Chen appeared in the Golden Wind and Rain Tower. "Prepare a bigger secret room for me," Su Chen said to Bai Tianyu. Bai Tianyu immediately prepared a big secret room for Su Chen. He dumped out all the things he brought back from the branch hall of Changhan Palace. The gold, silver, jewelry, silver bills, and land deeds did not trigger anything. However, a dozen martial arts secret books allowed Su Chen to obtain 28 white lottery cards. And some rare treasures also got him 5 white lottery cards. Suddenly, Su Chen became rich, 33 white lottery cards. Looking at the 33 white lottery cards, Su Chen was full of smiles, and finally his eyes fell on some land deeds. If we take these places and Jinfeng allow sends people again, then in a short period of time, Jinfeng Xiaolao's momentum will surely rise again. Liu Wu, I still have to thank you. Prepare so many things for me. At this time, Bai Tianyu entered the secret room and looked at the room full of gold, silver bills, land deeds, rare treasures, etc., with a look of shock on his face. "Master, are you Robin Shanman? These are the things in the branch hall of Changhan Palace. You will take these things to Changhan Palace tomorrow and bring the branch hall of Changhan Palace back to my Jinfeng Xiaolao," Su Chen ordered. Bai Tianyu knew Su Chen's intention and immediately said, "I will go to the branch hall of Changhan Palace tomorrow and take it back." Chapter 117, Spirit and Soul Unite. Xiao Keishu and Liu Wumei are in danger. Su Chen's move was very vicious. Not only did he swallow the other party's treasure, but now he was going to attack the branch hall of Changhan Palace. It was really killing 2 birds with 1 stone. Everything here is left to you to deal with. If you can take down the branch hall of Changhan Palace, just take it directly, Su Chen said. Su Chen got everything he wanted inside, and the rest was left to Bai Tianyu to deal with. Yes, Bai Tianyu nodded. He followed Su Chen out of the secret cave. "You go and deal with it yourself, I'll return to the courtyard first." In this Jinfeng Xiaoyu tower, Su Chen has his own courtyard. At this time, the moonlight was bright, and a trace of frost was diffused in the air. Su Chen was ready to draw all the lottery cards he got. First, exchange 30 white lottery cards for 3 blue lottery cards. Finally, draw the 3 blue lottery cards and the remaining 3 white lottery cards together. Congratulations on getting one unknown person card, a fragment of the map of the 5 secret places of the Great Chu Empire, the Lu family secret place, and the Xianluo 7 Killing Fist Infusion card. Congratulations on obtaining a 5-year power card in the Refining Spirit realm, a 1x Perception card, and a primary arm strengthening card. Some voices rang in Su Chen's ears. Following the voices, Su Chen saw that there was an extra boxing manual infusion card and a fragmentary map in his stored ring. Character cards, power cards, etc. I don't know who the character card will be. Su Chen used up the character card directly and summoned it. Character, Zio Kishu, Strength, Soul and Spirit Integration Realm. Looking at this information, Su Chen's eyes were stunned. Zio Kishu, a master-level figure among the heroes of Shen's Hao, practiced, Forget Love Heavenly Book, and, Shocking Sword, etc. It can be said that he is a figure among the strong in the book. What's more, Zio Kishu is also, Shen's Hao Brotherhood, the leader of the martial arts world, and a figure who commands a force. Compared with the Invincible Master, Zio Kishu's demeanor will make people more convinced. Compared with the immortal dragon Ling Hushan, he has more chivalry. Then his eyes fell on Xianluo 7 Killing Fist. Su Chen still has few martial arts skills. Of course, he has read a lot of secret books recently. In addition to the Xianshuang Fist, the others still need to be practiced, so he has not learned them yet. He directly used the Xianluo 7 Killing Fist Infusion card. Suddenly, a figure of a practitioner appeared in Su Chen's mind. When swinging his fist and punching, the method of using force seemed to be familiar and imprinted in Su Chen's mind. When the figure disappeared, Su Chen opened his eyes. His eyes were slightly condensed. In this Xianluo 7 Killing Fist, different ways of using force, if superimposed layer by layer, if the arm can't bear it, the meridians will burst directly. Then he couldn't help but see the arm enhancement card. He used it directly on the right arm. The left arm has a Qilin Arm, and this primary enhancement has no effect. Of course, the 1x Perception card and the 5-year internal strength of the Soul Refining Realm were also used directly. The Perception card made Su Chen's perception more acute. As for the 5-year internal strength of the Soul Refining Realm, Su Chen's strength is almost close to the middle stage of the Soul Refining Realm. Practice for a while longer. Maybe I can reach the middle stage of Soul Refining. My cultivation speed is really too fast, Su Chen thought in his heart. Finally, Su Chen picked up the fragment of the secret place. But he didn't understand it. Su Chen didn't know the terrain of Lingnan County and Qingcheng, so he couldn't understand the fragment map. Of course, if it was complete, Su Chen could still understand it. Wait for Bai Tianyu to come back, and ask him to transfer Ling Xian to investigate this map, Su Chen thought in his heart. The next day, early in the morning, Su Chen didn't stay here, but summoned Zio Kishu to stay in the Golden Wind and Rain Tower to temporarily guard the Golden Wind and Rain Tower. He returned to the mountain and river gate and the Xiangsu courtyard. He began to continue his hard practice. But at this time, in the branch hall of Changhan Palace in Lingnan County, it seemed uneasy. Because on the afternoon of the second day, Bai Tianyu went to the branch hall of Changhan Palace to take out the land deed and ask the people of Changhan Palace to leave as soon as possible. Liu Wumei was very surprised when she saw the land deed. She just reported the situation here to Changhan Palace. Bai Tianyu came to her and asked them to move out. Could this be the arrangement made by Lu Wuhu before? Liu Wumei thought to herself as she looked at the land deeds in Bai Tianyu's hand. Give the noble palace 3 days to move out, and we, Jinfeng Xiaolao, will start taking over these properties 3 days later. Bai Tianyu then took out all the remaining land deeds for shops and other businesses. Liu Wumei's face turned pale. She didn't expect it to be like this. She wanted to take action, but Bai Tianyu was stronger than her, so she could only agree. We will move out within 3 days, Liu Wumei nodded. Okay, I'll come back in 3 days. Bai Tianyu left. But then all the news came out. Among them, the news about Lu Wuhu was that he had escaped. In a manor in Lingnan County, 3 people in black clothes were standing in the hall. Did Lu Wuhu really escape, or, one of them spoke, his voice was a little hoarse, revealing a hint of richness. He should be dead, he wouldn't escape at all, another person spoke. But how come those deeds are with Bai Tianyu in Jinfeng Xiaoyu Tower? Another person spoke up, her voice was cold. It was a woman, you mean? Lu Wuhu was killed by the people in Jinfeng Xiaoyu Tower, the first person who spoke up said. Maybe someone took the deeds of Changhan Palace and asked the people in Jinfeng Xiaoyu Tower to kill Lu Wuhu. Didn't Lu Wuhu say that a few days ago? The people in Changhan Palace began to suspect him. Lu Wuhu's master is a ruthless person. Maybe she arranged someone to clean up the door, the woman who spoke up said. In Changhan Palace, the man's disciples are only Liu Wumei and Lu Wuhu. Liu Wumei should be arranged by the old woman to replace Lu Wuhu. It is possible that Liu Wumei paid to kill him, the second person spoke up. For a moment, the hall was silent. It seemed that they all agreed with this statement. Then kill this Liu Wumei, and frame the death of Liu Wumei on the body of Jinfeng Xiaolao. Let the people of Changhan Palace deal with Jinfeng Xiaolao. The woman's voice was cold and stern. This method is not bad. Liu Wumei's strength is average. I will get rid of her, the woman who spoke continued. Liu Wumei's matter is a small matter. Now the Lingayu sword sect is a big matter. The adults have confirmed that the Lingayu sword sect must have news about the golden plum bottle. Let me instigate others to destroy the Lingayu sword sect. Of course, we also need to get clues about the golden plum bottle. You have some friendship with the head of the Lingayu sword sect. You have time to test her. As for Liu Wumei, please ask Brother Ho to take action and get rid of the other party, but you also need to be careful to prevent the other party from having a backhand. The first person spoke. Okay, the two said at the same time, and then said goodbye and left. After the two left, the man wearing a cloak took off the cloak on his head. It was a middle-aged man. If someone in Lingnan County knew him, they would definitely be surprised. Because this person is the right provincial historian Zhai Xianan. Then the only person he could call sir was the Lingnan County magistrate. Chapter 118 Night Attack, Fight. Late at night. Lingnan County Changhan Palace Branch Hall. Liu Wumei looked at the 3 elders in front of him wearing the clothes of Changhan Palace Branch Hall with a bad face. The things in the treasury disappeared, and there is no trace at all, Liu Wumei asked in a deep voice. There is no clue, Deputy Hall Master. This matter should only be known by the Hall Master. The Hall Master was the last one to enter, and he is also the holder of the treasury key. He should know more about the treasury than us, one of the white-haired old men said. After the things in the treasury disappeared, he also disappeared, Liu Wumei said in a deep voice. Hearing this, the 3 people in the hall were silent at the same time, and they looked at each other. The Hall Master disappeared, and the things in the treasury disappeared. It is obvious that the things must have been taken away by Lu Wuhu. Looking at the expressions of these 3 people, Liu Wumei sighed in her heart. In fact, she also thought that the things were taken away by Lu Wuhu. But now Lu Wuhu is dead, it is too difficult to find the things in the treasury. The things in the treasury are not the main thing now. The main thing is that the Golden Wind and Rain Tower now holds the deed of our Changhan Palace Branch Hall. The other party wants us to leave in the near future. What do you think? Liu Wumei said. Deputy Hall Master, we can't withdraw from here. Once we withdraw, the face of our Changhan Palace will be lost. If the headquarters knows, we will probably be severely punished. I think we should find a way to redeem the deed. Damn Lu Wuhu, why did he do this? The old man who spoke earlier cursed. The main thing is that I don't have enough silver notes on me now. It's a bit difficult to redeem this branch hall. This time I asked the 3 elders to come, and I also wanted to ask the 3 elders to help together, Liu Wumei said. She had previously used her money to buy the Blood Demon flower and spent her savings. Now she wants to redeem the deed of Changhan Palace from the Golden Wind and Rain Tower, but she doesn't have enough money, so she asked these 3 people. Hearing this, the 3 people were all stunned. They looked at each other. But in this situation, they have to help. This is related to their lives. Because this is related to the reputation of Changhan Palace. Once they are driven out of this branch of Changhan Palace, the main hall will probably not let them go. How much silver is needed? Let's gather it first, the white-haired old man said after thinking for a moment. I haven't discussed the details with Jinfeng Xiaoyu Tower yet. Tomorrow, Old Yan, You and I will go to see Bai Tianyu to discuss the land deed of this branch of Changhan Palace, but the price should be very high. You go back first." Liu Wumei waved her hand. Her voice was a little tired. Killing Lu Wu was a good thing. But now such a situation has occurred. The things in the treasury have disappeared, and the land deed of the shops owned by Lingnan County Changhan Palace is also in the hands of the other party. The other party will definitely ask for a lion's mouth. The three elders looked at each other, bowed and left. It's a bit difficult. Liu Wumei looked at the disappearing figures of the three people and murmured. It's not difficult at all. As long as you are dead, don't worry about it. When she spoke, a black figure appeared in the hall. The man was wearing a black robe, revealing only a pair of eyes, which were staring at Liu Wumei. The guard outside the hall fell to the ground, leaving a bloody mark on his neck. Seeing this, Liu Wumei's pupils shrank. The other party was here to kill her. "Who are you?" Liu Wumei said sternly. "The dead don't need to know anything." The man who appeared looked at Liu Wumei and said. Liu Wumei's expression became nervous. The other party definitely didn't come with good intentions. Otherwise, he wouldn't come late at night. "Are you threatening me?" Liu Wumei looked at the black-robed man standing in the hall and said. Before she finished speaking, Liu Wumei suddenly shouted, and her figure shot out towards the black-robed man, and a soft sword appeared in her hand after a stroke at her waist. The cold light flashed, and it shot out towards the throat of the black-robed man. HMPH, look at this oncoming long sword. The black-robed man raised his palm, which instantly turned into fine iron, and clenched his 5 fingers into a fist. He swept forward with Liu Wumei's long sword. The fist collided with a long sword, making a clanging sound. This sword did not cause any damage to the black-robed man. Liu Wumei's eyes changed. He thought to himself that he might not be the opponent of the other party. On the other side, the black-robed man showed his eyes like a hunter. The next moment, the black-robed man moved, took a step, and the stone bricks under his feet burst into a shattering sound. Then the black-robed man turned into a black shadow and rushed out. The speed was as fast as thunder, which made Liu Wumei, who had a solemn face, feel a sudden shock in his heart. Thousand Mountain Fist. When the black figure arrived in front of Liu Wumei, he punched instantly, and his fist went towards Liu Wumei like a mountain. Swish! Just when his fist fell, Liu Wumei's figure did move slightly. Then the black-robed man's attack directly penetrated Liu Wumei's body. After image, the attack failed. The black-robed man's eyes condensed, and then without any hesitation, he made a claw and grabbed directly at a place. The claw wind was sharp, colliding with the air, making a sharp sound. Swish! At this moment, a white light rushed out, penetrated the claw shadow, and went to the throat of the black-robed man. The black-robed man moved like a ghost drifting, leaving a residual image. But while leaving the residual image, a black figure took advantage of the power on the ground and jumped directly into the air, punching Liu Wumei several times. Suddenly, in Liu Wumei's eyes, the opponent's fist shadow gathered in front of her. For a moment, she couldn't see the root of the opponent's punch. Facing the fierce attack of the black-robed man, Liu Wumei's body was like a butterfly, moving through the hall. "I see if you can dodge my punches." Bang! 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 The black-robed man attacked fiercely, but he couldn't take down Liu Wumei, and his expression was a little angry. Boom! A huge amount of ki surged out of his body, sweeping around like a storm, suppressing Liu Wumei with the power of ki, leaving her no room to move, or slowing down the opponent. As his speed slowed down, the black-robed man shot out instantly and appeared behind Liu Wumei. He slapped Liu Wumei with one palm. But suddenly Liu Wumei paused, and the ki in his body instantly poured into the long sword, and then he turned his hand and swung the sword, attacking the opponent. The sword was drawn at an extremely fast speed, tearing through the air and heading straight for the throat of the black-robed man. Although Liu Wumei's sudden use of attack as a way of hiding made the black-robed man look slightly startled, he did not appear to be panicked. His palm collided with a long sword. Clang! It was like the sound of metal and iron intersecting. Liu Wumei's sword did not break the opponent's palm. Eternal Sorrow's sword, frost fills the sky. Suddenly, Liu Wumei shouted, and the cold air in his body burst out, poured into the long sword, and attacked the black-robed man. Chapter 119, Death of Liu Wumei, Special Envoy of Changhan Palace. The cold air attracted the surrounding airflow, restricting the opponent's movements. It was just like the opponent's previous use of Qian Chongshinjin. You have some strength, but that's all, the black-robed man shot out while speaking. His palm attacked Liu Wumai at a very fast speed. At the moment when his palm was about to touch the long sword, the black-robed man's palm turned into a claw and grabbed the long sword directly. Wumai's eyes were stunned, and the energy in her body surged wildly, trying to repel the opponent's palm. But the opponent's palm exerted force directly. Liu Wumai only felt a huge force appearing in the long sword, pulling her whole person over. Her face changed drastically. At the moment when her body was pulled, a scarlet light appeared between the fingers of the other palm of the black-robed man. There was a ferocity in his eyes. His body moved forward again, and his other hand directly grabbed Liu Wumai's head. Liu Wumai wanted to abandon the sword at this moment. The opponent's palm had already landed on her head, and the blood-colored energy wrapped around his fingers, directly piercing Liu Wumai's head. Ni Kun, the heavenly golden hand, Liu Wumai said this. What's the use of knowing, puff? The black-robed man took off Liu Wumai's head and threw it aside. Then he left quickly. Not long after he left, Changhan Palace became brightly lit, and exclamations appeared one after another. Soon, the news of the death of Liu Wumai, the deputy hall master of Changhan Palace, spread. All this, Su Chen and Shan Ge did not know. The next day, Su Chen got up from the bed, had a little breakfast in the canteen inside the gate, and prepared to return. But when passing by a place, someone whispered in his ear, Changhan Palace Branch Hall, Liu Wumai was killed. After the man finished speaking, he staggered with Su Chen. Su Chen, who heard the news, was stunned. Liu Wumai was killed. Have you heard? The head of the Changhan Palace in Lingnan County, Lu Wuhu, disappeared, and the deputy head of the palace, Liu Wumai, was beheaded last night. I heard that Liu Wumai has a hot body and a beautiful appearance. How can someone kill her? Some people said. Who knows? But Lingnan County has been a bit chaotic recently. Two people came in while talking beside Su Chen. Su Chen did not stop, and prepared to go to the county government before going down the mountain to see what was going on. But when he returned to the villa, Qi Linger appeared outside Su Chen's courtyard. Senior sister Linger, what's the matter with you? Su Chen couldn't help asking. I'm not looking for you, it's the young lady looking for you. Come with me. After saying that, she left first. Su Chen followed behind her, and couldn't help but think about who would kill Liu Wumai at this time. Could it be the person that Lu Wuhu took refuge with? While Su Chen was thinking, they came to Xiangsu Villa, where Murin Qingchen and Kwei were. Meet the master. Su Chen saw Murin Qingchen and bowed slightly. Something happened recently in the Changhan Palace branch in Lingnan County, and I want you to find out about it, Murin Qingchen said. Master, I just have some friendship with Liu Wumai from the Changhan Palace branch, but I just heard that Liu Wumai, the deputy hall master of Changhan Palace, was killed, Su Chen said. That's why I sent you to investigate. This is the token of the Changhan Palace special envoy. You can appear in Changhan Palace as a special envoy. When Murin Qingchen spoke, a token appeared in his hand. A purple word hate was engraved on the token. Disciple understands, and I will go down the mountain to investigate now. Su Chen took the token. His mind changed. This Murin Qingchen actually has the token of the Changhan Palace special envoy. It seems that he should have some relationship with Changhan Palace. Murin Qingchen's identity is not simple. However, he does not need to consider these for the time being, and he will have time to find out her details in the future. Then I will take my leave first. After saying this, Su Chen bowed slightly and left. Miss, if this matter is handed over to Su Chen, will there be no results? Kwei said. Don't underestimate him. After all, he was born in a family that deals with intelligence. He should be able to find out something. Just keep an eye on him, Murin Qingchen ordered. Yes, Kwei also bowed and left. So many things have happened in Lingnan County. It seems that something big is going to happen, Murin Qingchen said. County government. In a deep red house, a middle-aged man in official uniform was standing at the door of the hall. He was Zhai Xianyan, the right governor of Lingnan County. Behind him, not far away, a man in a black robe was sitting on a bench, drinking tea. You are worried about the revenge of Changhan Palace, the black-robed man said. No clues were left. Zhai Xianyan looked at the black-robed man and said. No clues were left, but Liu Wumai is very powerful. After a few simple fights, she actually recognized me. the black-robed man said with praise. You were recognized by her. Hearing this, Zhai Xianyan's face changed. She did recognize me, but I had already dealt with her when she recognized me. It's a pity, though, Liu Wumei still has a hot body, the black-robed man sighed. By the way, what do you think about the Lingaiyu sword sect? Do we need to see it? The news that the Lingaiyu sword sect is the golden plum bottle has been spread, and the Lingaiyu sword sect is finished, the black-robed man sighed. Since the Lingaiyu sword sect is going to be finished, it can't be finished in the hands of outsiders, Zhai Xianyan said. Hearing this, the black-robed man put down the teacup in his hand and said in a deep voice, You want other forces to encircle and suppress the Lingaiyu sword sect? Yes, that's what I think, Zhai Xianyan nodded. But isn't the Lingaiyu sword sect tied to Prime Minister K? If we destroy the Lingaiyu sword sect, I'm afraid Prime Minister K will take action against us. The black-robed man frowned and said, Let others take the lead in secret first, and then join forces with the forces of Lingnan County to destroy the Lingaiyu sword sect, Zhai Xianyan said in a deep voice. Is that so? Then leave this matter to me, but the matter of Changhan Palace still needs to be investigated. The things in the treasury are very valuable and need to be recovered. The black-robed man glanced at Zhai Xianyan and said, We will talk about this later. It is not easy for the other party to take the treasures of Changhan Palace from the treasury quietly. When you have time, contact Jinfeng Xiaoyu Tower and get back the deeds of some industries in Changhan Palace, Zhai Xianyan said afterwards. Okay, the black-robed man nodded and left quickly. On this side, Su Chen returned to Lingnan Prefecture again. When he entered Lingnan Prefecture, he went directly to Changhan Palace. Now that he has a special envoy token, he can go to the scene to see Liu Wumei's situation. Liu Wumei is not bad to him. It doesn't hurt to help with revenge. Triggering task, help Liu Wumei to take revenge. Reward 2 blue lottery cards, help Liu Wumei to take revenge. 2 blue lottery cards. Su Chen was stunned. He didn't expect that the task would be triggered this time. Chapter 120 Zihanayu, Yanyu, Analysis. Inside Changhan Palace. The 3 elders in charge looked at Liu Wumei's body with a solemn look and worry. The palace master is missing and the deputy palace master is killed. This is not a good thing. Once the Changhan Palace headquarters blames them, they may be in trouble. Do you think Deputy Palace Master Liu was killed by the palace master? A middle-aged man with a burly figure said in a deep voice. Be careful, let the people from the headquarters investigate this matter. We don't know anything, an old man in black beside him said. What do you mean? Be careful at this time. There are already traces that the palace master wanted to take action against the deputy palace master. The deputy palace master is very likely to have been killed by the palace master. We can report this speculation. What's more, you are still a participant. If you want to protect yourself, don't hurt us, the burly man who spoke earlier said. Upon hearing this, the old man in black immediately said, I don't know anything about this matter. You must not frame me, okay? Don't argue about this. Think about how to get through this difficult time, said the old man in white robe. At this time, a disciple of Changhan Palace came in. Elders, the special envoy of the main hall is here, the attendant bowed and said, Special envoy of the main hall. Hearing this, the 3 people were shocked. How could the special envoy of the main hall arrive so quickly? Please come in, but the 3 people did not dare to neglect it and quickly followed the attendant to greet the special envoy. Changhan Palace Hall. Su Chen stood with his hands behind his back, thinking in his heart, Liu Wumei was killed at this time. Did the other party notice something? Previously, Su Chen pretended to be Lu Wuhu and disappeared in Changhan Palace. But a few days after he disappeared, the other party killed Liu Wumei. It must have been confirmed that Lu Wuhu is dead. Kill Liu Wumei, what do they want to do? Su Chen was a little confused at this time. At this time, the attendant led 3 elders in from outside the hall. The 3 saw Su Chen wearing a bamboo hat, but they did not immediately step forward to salute. Su Chen directly took out the token given to him by Murin Qingchen. Seeing the token in Su Chen's hand, especially the purple word hate in the token, the 3 were shocked. Changhan Palace has 3 kinds of tokens: gold, purple, and silver. Among them, the gold one is the token of the palace master of Changhan Palace, and the purple one is held by one of the royal family behind Changhan Palace. The silver one is the special envoy token of Changhan Palace. Of course, the tokens of other elders and the deputy palace master are specially made. They didn't expect that the person who came this time was actually a member of the royal family. Perhaps this person has been in Lingnan County for a long time. Meet the special envoy, the three hurriedly saluted. Take me to see Liu Wumai's body. Su Chen looked at the three people and said. Special envoy, please. The white-haired old man among the three took Su Chen into the hall where Liu Wumai's body was placed. On the ground on the other side, there were also some bodies of guards. The man who came was stronger than Deputy Hallmaster Liu. After a few moves, Deputy Hallmaster Liu was beheaded and killed by the opponent. The initial guess is that his strength is above the middle stage of the soul refining realm, the white-haired old man said after entering the hall. At this time, Su Chen had come to Liu Wumai's body. The head and body had been sewn together, and there were traces of dried blood from 5 blood holes on the head. What a strong fingertip power! Looking at the blood hole piercing the head, Su Chen's eyes condensed and said, Do you have any suspects, Special Envoy? I guess it might be the Golden Wind and Rain Tower. After the Hall Master disappeared, the Golden Wind and Rain Tower came here with some deeds of the Changhan Palace and asked us to give up the Changhan Palace, and that Bai Tianyu is a fingertip master. He has the strength to kill the Deputy Hall Master. I also guess that Lu Wuhu might be from the Golden Wind and Rain Tower, the old man in black said. He is Lu Wuhu's man, and now he must get himself out. Now, the only person who can be framed by him is Jinfeng Ziailao. It is not an exaggeration to say that Lu Wuhu is from Jinfeng Ziailao. Moreover, Bai Tianyu is also a master of the finger. Hearing the other party's words, Su Chen's eyes under the cloak condensed. The other party is trying to frame Jinfeng Ziailao. He seemed to understand the other party's thoughts, but who is the other party? Find evidence. This matter, you go to do it. Also, find Lu Wuhu as soon as possible. I want to know whether he's alive or dead, Su Chen said. Yes, I will immediately mobilize the people of Changhan Palace to search, the old man in black said immediately. The special envoy now has another important matter, which is the land deed of Changhan Palace, which is in the hands of Jinfeng Ziailao. You see, the old man in white said. This is your business, but if Lingnan County Changhan disappears, I think you guys don't need to live. This matter, you go and do it yourself. I can't help you, Su Chen said coldly. He blocked their words and let them deal with it themselves. What's more, he hasn't figured out what the token in his hand represents. Murin Qingchen just gave herself a token and asked her to do the work. It was obviously unusual. What did she want to do? Su Chen needed to understand the information of the token. On the other side, outside the county city, in a village, Yan Yu, the commander of the Lingnan County North Pacification Division, appeared in a small courtyard in the middle of the village. Pushing open the door of the small courtyard. Inside the courtyard, Zihanyu, who was dressed in purple, was in the living room of the small courtyard. When she saw Yan Yu coming in from outside the door, her expression did not change at all. Commander Yan, you are here, please sit down. Zihanyu waved her hand to let Yan Yu sit down. Is the matter in the capital operated by your Hanyu sect? You want to find someone to replace me, aren't you afraid that I will report your news? The royal family attaches great importance to the secrets of the previous dynasty, Yan Yu said. Commander Yan, I don't know about this matter. We have always had a pleasant cooperation. This matter was caused by the Dharma King and his men. Now that 2 Dharma Kings have died, Lingnan County is in chaos. It doesn't matter whether you are here or not. I asked Commander Yan to come here this time mainly for the Lingayu sword sect, Zihanyu said. No one would have thought that Zihanyu had a connection with Yan Yu, the commander of the Northern Pacification Division. In fact, it is normal to think about it sometimes. Zihanyu has been in Lingnan County for so many years, and has not been discovered by the Pacification Division. It seems a little unlikely. Now that the two meet, it is completely clear. Lingayu sword sect can only be destroyed now. I don't know what you think, Miss Z, Yan Yu said in a deep voice. They will definitely be destroyed, but I want to know if they have any news about the golden plum bottle, Zihanyu said. Who can know this? I always feel that this matter is a bit strange. What happened in Prime Minister K's mansion can actually be spread. It's totally unbelievable. What's more, Lingayu sword sect, don't they know the importance of golden plum bottle, and dare to send people to Prime Minister K, so I always feel that Lingayu sword sect may be just a bait, Yan Yu said in a deep voice. Hearing Yan Yu's words, Zihanyu's expression condensed. He whispered, bait? Who do you think is setting the bait? And who are they fishing for? Although I don't know who is fishing, the person fishing must be someone who knows about the golden plum bottle, Yan Yu said with certainty. Chapter 121 Conspiracy to Kill Helian Shunshu. You came here at my request this time, so you must need my help with something. Zihanai looked at Yan Yu and said. There is a young Marcus coming to the capital, and I want you to help me get rid of him, Yan Yu said. Are you talking about Helian Shunshu? Hearing this, Zihanayu's eyes condensed. It's him. He should not be your man. Once he takes over the Lingnan County North Pacification Division, I think it will have an impact on your plan, Yan Yu said in a deep voice. Helian Shunshu is a young hero who is very popular among the young generation in the capital. If we kill him, the Xianan Marcus will probably hunt us down. Even if I agree to this, the people in the sect will not agree. If the sect disagrees, I can't mobilize the masters, and I can't kill Helian Shunshu, Zihanayu said in a deep voice. For this matter, I don't want you Hanayu sect to take action, but I want you to find a way to do this through the Jinfeng Xiaoyu Tower, Yan Yu said. Golden Wind and Rain Tower, do you think they will kill Helian Shunshu? They should know who Helian Shunshu is, Zihanayu shook her head. As long as enough benefits are given, Golden Wind and Rain Tower will also take action, of course. Don't you want to see if Golden Wind and Rain Tower dares to take action against Helian Shunshu? Yan Yu looked at Zihanayu and said. Golden Wind and Rain Tower killed 2 Dharma kings of Hanayu sect in a row. The prestige of Hanayu sect plummeted, and Hanayu sect would not give up such a grudge. This is also the reason why Yan Yu came. But getting rid of Helian Shunshu is also a big crisis for you. Zihan Hao may guess that it was someone you arranged to do it, and will take action against you. Zihanai looked at Yan Yu and said. This is also why I chose Golden Wind and Rain Tower. Golden Wind and Rain Tower has a grudge against me. Do you think I will find the enemy who killed my son and kill him? As long as they suspect, I will immediately take action against Golden Wind and Rain Tower, Yan Yu said in a deep voice. What a great move, killing 2 birds with 1 stone. I need to think about this matter carefully. Even if I ask the Golden Wind and Rain Tower, I'm afraid it will cost a lot, Zihanayu said in a deep voice. Helian Shunshu's coming to Lingnan County has a great impact on her plan. Getting rid of him is the best choice. Let them name the price, as long as it's not too high. Okay, I won't stay here, lest anyone notice anything. Then Yan Yu turned and left. After he left, Zihanayu's maid Xiaolin came out from the backyard. Tell my master about this and see if she wants to report it to the leader, Zihanayu said. There are forces behind the Golden Wind and Rain Tower, so we must pay attention. Yes, Xiaolin bowed. Even if the master agrees, we don't know if the Golden Wind and Rain Tower will accept such a task, Zihanayu thought to herself. While Zihanayu was thinking, Su Chen had already left the Chenghen Palace in Lingnan County. Su Chen had not found any useful information about Liu Wumai's death. There were few traces of his attack, and he was still a master of fingertips. This makes people suspect that it was done by Bai Chaofei. What does the other party want to do? Su Chen thought to himself. Of course, he also needs to think about why the other party killed Liu Wumai. Murin Qingshan sent him here, maybe just to test himself. At this time, someone should be observing him. Or someone is secretly investigating this matter. After all, on the surface, Su Chen, is just an ordinary inner disciple of Shan sect. It is impossible to find the murderer simply by relying on him. Maybe he is just pretending. Of course, Su Chen will also be attentive. It is possible that Murin Qingshan is testing him. Murin Qingshan's identity is definitely not simple, otherwise, it is impossible to have the token of Chenghen Palace. He didn't know the news about Murin Qingshan from Liu Wumai before. He found an inn to stay at casually. Then he walked on the streets of Lingnan County. He wanted to see if there was a tail following him. In the dark of the busy street, Su Chen's face changed, and he put all the hats into the storage ring, and took off the black clothes on his body, turning into ordinary green clothes. Then he went to the Golden Wind and Drizzle Tower. Golden Wind and Drizzle Tower. Now it is very popular, and many people come to buy and sell information. Su Chen was led to Bai Chaofei with a token. You go first. Bai Chaofei waved his hand to let the person who led Su Chen go out. Then he stepped forward and saluted. Meet the master, I came here for Liu Wumai's matter. Do you have any information about this matter? Su Chen asked. I don't know who did it yet, but I found out that Lu Wu had some contact with Zhai Xianayan, the right governor of the county government, Bai Chaofei said. Right, Governor? It can be said that he is the third person in Lingnan County. Lu Wu who has contact with the other party. Could it be that the person behind Lu Wu who is the right governor? Su Chen frowned slightly. Are there any other clues? Master of the Finger, how many people are there in Lingnan County? Su Chen asked afterwards. My lord, according to the information I received, Liu Wumei was killed by someone stabbing her head with a finger. From the traces at the scene, the other party didn't have to do that. It was obviously intentional and might have intended to frame me. According to the information from Science Hall, there are about 30 soul refining masters in Lingnan County who practice the finger refining and palm refining techniques. I am arranging people to investigate. I believe we can find the other party soon. By the way, my lord has received information that the son of the Marquis of Zhenan may come to replace Yan Yu and become the commander of the North Town Government Office in Lingnan County, Bai Tianyu said. That means we can eliminate Yan Yu. Is there a way to contact this young Marquis? Su Chen asked. My lord wants to use the young Marquis to kill Yan Yu, Bai Tianyu said. I have such an idea, but I also want to see the relationship between this young Marquis and Yan Yu. If the two have no intersection, we can take action against Yan Yu after the young Marquis takes office. Also, give me a copy of the information of those 30 people. I will go back and study it. Su Chen also wanted to see who those 30 people were. Yes, Bai Zhou took out a bound book from a table not far away and handed it to Su Chen. Su Chen took the book and put it in his arms. What is the voice of Jin Feng's Iu Tower now? With the addition of the personnel of Science Hall, it is easier to obtain intelligence here, but Science Hall has been weak in recent years, and many intelligence personnel have left, and they still need to be trained slowly, Bai Tianyu said in a deep voice. Now Jin Feng's Iu Tower and Science Hall are training their own spies to obtain intelligence. In fact, there is another way, that is, you buy intelligence from people in the world, buy and sell, and make a profit from the difference. In this way, the intelligence will be enriched, and the expenditure on spies can continue to increase, Su Chen suggested. Hearing Su Chen's words, Bai Tianyu's face showed joy. He didn't think of the method Su Chen said. With this method, they only need to distinguish true from false information. However, it can temporarily get rid of the problem of insufficient spies in the Jinfeng Iu Tower. Chapter 122, The Assassin Organization, the Establishment of the Qinglong Society. At this time, outside the Golden Wind and Drizzle Tower, a man wearing a cloak stepped into the Golden Wind and Drizzle Tower. I want to see your tower, Master Bai Tianyu. The voice was hoarse, but with a chill. The receptionist of the Golden Wind and Drizzle Tower changed his expression and immediately went upstairs to report. Inside the building, Bai Tianyu's eyes condensed. He did not meet the other party, but asked someone to ask Nalan Rongayan to come out. Although Bai Tianyu was in charge of the Golden Wind and Drizzle Tower in Lingnan County, Nalan Rongayan knew more about Lingnan County and the entire Great Zhou dynasty than he did. Many times Bai Tianyu asked the other party to handle the affairs of the Golden Wind and Drizzle Tower. Of course, why was he so relieved? That was because Bai Tianyu had the confidence to kill the other party. In addition, there was only one Golden Wind and Drizzle Tower in Lingnan County. But soon, Nalan Rongayan brought people to the outside of the room. Bai Tianyu's expression condensed. Su Chen went to the inside of the room. Come in, Bai Tianyu said. Nalan Rongayan led people into the room. I want to talk to the owner of the building alone, the black-robed man said. Bai Tianyu waved his hand to let Nalan Rongayan leave first. Nalan Rongayan left and closed the door. I wonder why you want to see me alone, Bai Tianyu looked at the other party and said in a deep voice. I want to ask you Jin Feng's Ziao to help me kill someone, the black-robed man said in a deep voice. Killing a person, our Jin Feng's Ziao is in the intelligence business, not the assassin business, Bai Tianyu said in a deep voice. What's the difference? As long as the price is right, I think your Jin Feng's Ziao should be able to do this. There are things in the world that are not done, but the benefits are not enough. If the benefits are there, why not do it? The visitor said in a deep voice. You are right, I don't know who you want to kill, Bai Tianyu asked. Helian Chunshu, the son of the great Zhou's Henan Marquis, the other party said. Hearing this, Bai Tianyu's pupils shrank. The son of the great Zhou's Henan Marquis, Helian Chunshu, they have information here, and it is rumored that this person is going to come to the North's Hanfu division of Lingnan County. But now someone wants his life? I don't know if you, Jin Feng Xiaolao, dare to do this. We are willing to take out 50,000 taels of gold to take his life, the person who came said. It's not silver, but gold. Hearing this, Bai Tianyu's expression moved. He didn't expect that the other party would be willing to take out 50,000 taels of gold for a little Marcus. Chen, who was in the dark, was also shocked. 50,000 taels of gold, if placed in his previous life, would be estimated to be 600 million. I didn't expect that killing a person would be so profitable. But who wants to kill Heilian Chunshu? Chen thought in his heart. Originally, he was still thinking about getting rid of Yanyu when Heilian Chunshu arrived, but now someone offered a high price to kill Heilian Chunshu. However, Heilian Chunshu's identity is not ordinary. After killing him, it may cause a series of troubles. Although Chen summoned Xiao Kishu, the Marquess of Xianan is the one who commands the military power. When the time comes, they will send troops to encircle and suppress their Jinfeng Xiaolao, and Jinfeng Xiaolao will face a great crisis. The black-robed man with a cloak stopped talking after he finished speaking, staring at Bai Tianyu closely, wanting to see his reaction. At this time, Chen, who was in the dark, frowned slightly. 50,000 taels of gold must be earned. As for how to make money, a method is needed. Ask him if there is a time limit. Chen secretly sent a message to Bai Tianyu. Bai Tianyu, who was in deep thought, heard Chen's message and said, "What are your requirements for time?" Hearing Bai Tianyu's words, the man wearing a bamboo hat moved his eyes slightly. He didn't expect that Bai Tianyu would actually ask for requirements. This means that he wants to take on this task. Complete this task within a month, the person who came said. 1 month? We, Jinfeng Xiaolao, don't do this, but we can introduce you to a force to do it. Of course, our Jinfeng Xiaolao can be a guarantor, but you have to pay half of the deposit first, Bai Tianyu said. I don't know what force you are talking about, the person who came asked in a deep voice. A force of Qinglonghu, Bai Tianyu said. Qinglong Society, the man in the cloak's eyes moved slightly. I'll think about this matter when I go back. If necessary, I will come with half of the deposit, the man in the cloak said. Okay, Bai Tianyu said nothing and waved his hand to send the other party away. But after the other party left, a figure in the Jinfeng Xiaoyu Tower followed him out. The one who followed was Leng Hushan. Du Wudi and Bai Tianyu are now in the Jinfeng Xiaoyu Tower in Qingchen. Leng Hushan is the best master here besides Xiao Kishu. It is most appropriate for him to follow the other party. At this time, Chen walked out from the dark. The Qinglong Society, that Bai Tianyu just mentioned is what Chen just asked him to say. The assassin business is the most profitable, how can they not do it? Qinglong Society was very famous in previous martial arts novels. The name is loud and imposing, so Chen directly plagiarized it. Moreover, the planning of Qinglong Society is also very clear. There are 7 dragon heads, 12 halls, and 365 sub-rules. You don't have to think about it yourself. As long as you summon similar characters, you can fill them in one by one. The young Marquess of Xianan, Heilian Chunshu, is not a simple person, so the details of the person who entrusted us to take action also need to be investigated, Chen said. You secretly arrange a secret point outside the city. If the other party comes, let him go to that secret point. The Qinglong Society must be separated from the Jinfeng Xiaoyu Tower, Chen ordered. Jinfeng Xiaoyu Tower. Chen's definition of him is to become a first-class force in the Great Zhou dynasty. Qinglong Society may become such a force, but what Qinglong Society wants is mystery. As for Xianaya Pavilion, it is a force that does not show up. Yes, I understand, Bai Tianyu nodded. Chen then left. After Chen left, Nalan Rongayan walked into Bai Tianyu's room. Master, do we need to investigate the details of the black-robed man just now? You want to ask about the purpose of coming here, right? That guy wants to spend 50,000 taels of gold to buy Heilian Chunshu's life. Bai Tianyu did not hide it from Nalan Rongayan. Nalan Rongayan is very capable in intelligence and management, and can be his helper. Bai Tianyu is also an ambitious person. He wants to be able to take charge of Jinfeng Xiaoyu Tower in the end. There will be more and more powerful people behind the master, so he must be better than others in other aspects to help the master control Jinfeng Xiaoyu Tower. What? Hearing Bai Tianyu's words, Nalan Rongayan lost her voice. She looked at Bai Tianyu with some surprise. You agreed, our Jinfeng Xiaoyu Tower is not a killer organization, but I can recommend a killer organization to them, Bai Tianyu said. Killer organization? No one in the killer organization of Lingnan County should dare to attack Helian Shunshu. It's not a killer organization in Lingnan County, it's a killer organization called Qinglong Society, Bai Tianyu said. Qinglong Society? Nalan Rongayan frowned. She had never heard of this organization. If you're listening to this novel on a channel other than Fanfic World, it means they downloaded and uploaded it without effort. We cordially invite you to visit our channel, Mundo Fanfic Novelis. There you'll find the original version of this story and you can explore many other novels of various genres. We're waiting for you to immerse yourself in a world of incredible novels. Chapter 123 Lock on the target and take action. This force is very strong, with 7 dragon heads, 12 hall masters, and 365 branch helms. The Qinglong Society has some intersections with the adults, and they want to show up recently, so I will help them take on this assassination mission, Bai Tianyu said. And don't investigate this Qinglong Society, so as to avoid accidents, Bai Tianyu said. 7 dragon heads, 12 hall masters, and 365 branch helms. When Nalan Rongayan heard this information, she was horrified. From the structure, the other party was too huge, but she was also curious in her heart. Such a force was not noticed before. But it is going to show up recently. But think about Xianaya Pavilion. There are too many hidden forces in this world. After calming down, Nalan Rongayan asked, how is the Qinglong Society compared to Xianaya Pavilion? It's hard to say. In terms of strong people, Xianaya Pavilion definitely has more, but in terms of comprehensive strength, the Qinglong Society may be stronger. 7 dragon heads, 12 hall masters, and 365 branch helms. How many people are added to this? The strength must be very strong. So Bai Tianyu is not sure. You only need to know this. I will take care of the Qinglong Society's affairs for the time being, Bai Tianyu said afterwards. Yes, boss. Nalan Rongayan is now very curious about the forces behind the Golden Wind and Rain Tower. Of course, she didn't ask much. She had just merged into the Golden Wind and Rain Tower and had not yet gained full trust. She only needed to do her own thing. On the other side, Chen returned to his inn and began to check the information of the 30 people he got from Bai Tianyu. The person who killed Liu Wumei must be from Lingnan County. And this person should have had contact with Liu Wuhu recently, knowing that Liu Wuhu was going to deal with Liu Wumei. Otherwise, if Liu Wuhu disappeared, they would not have taken action against Liu Wumei so early. They must have known that Liu Wuhu is dead. Here, the people of Changhan Palace are also investigating. In front of the white-haired elder, they are also collecting information about the 30 people. They are all intelligence workers, so of course they can get it. As for the Golden Wind and Rain Tower, the white-haired old man of Changhan Palace marked a few people as key points. As an elder of Changhan Palace, he knew some of Liu Wuhu's whereabouts. Otherwise, he would not know that Liu Wuhu was going to attack Liu Wumei. It seems that the owner of the building is dead, otherwise, the other party would not attack Liu Wumei. The white-haired old man drew a few circles on several of the 30 people. Come here, send this to the special envoy. The white-haired old man handed the album in his hand to a servant. The servant quickly took the things and went to the restaurant where Chen lived. Chen recorded all these people in his mind. But he had no clue. Dada. At this time, a knock on the door sounded. Chen put away the album in his hand and turned to open the door. Changhan Palace disciple. Special envoy, this is what the elder asked me to send. The servant handed the album in his hand to Chen. Chen took the album, his eyes slightly condensed, waved his hand to let the servant leave, and closed the door. Looking at the album in his hand, flipping through it, it was the same as Bai Tianyu reported. There were only 3 people who were circled by the white-haired old man. Is this telling me that these 3 people might be the murderer? Chen looked at the 3 people in the circle. One was a loner in Lingnan County, practicing the Thunderbolt Vajra hand Lu Feng. The second was Nikun, the leader of the Tianjin sect. The third was the deputy leader of the Shan sect, Qin Shan, 1 loner and 2 sects. I just don't know if one of them did it. Chen looked at the introduction of the 3 people, his eyes thoughtful. This old guy, he gave me 3 candidates, but he didn't let me suspect who it was. Chen didn't believe that they didn't know. We can only see who among them is close to Liu Wuhu. Chen is going to Changhan Palace tomorrow and ask them to investigate who among these people is close to Liu Wuhu and has contact with Liu Wuhu. Of course, Jinfeng Xiaoyu Tower will also be notified here, and both sides will investigate at the same time. The next day, Su Chen came to Changhan Palace and met with the white-haired old man directly. Among the three people, I need to know who is closest to Lu Wuhu, Su Chen said. Special envoy, this matter involves a lot. I'm afraid your strength is, the white-haired old man said in a deep voice. He gave Su Chen the album to give Su Chen something to do, to buy some time, and wait for people from the headquarters to come. Su Chen represents the royal family, and if there is any danger, they may be implicated. Don't you think that I'm the only one coming here? You just need to tell me who is closest to Lu Wuhu here, I will report it, and what the higher-ups do at that time is not my concern. Su Chen said in a cold voice. Of course, he also has a task to avenge Liu Wumei, and he must know who it is. If he gets rid of the other party, he can get 2 blue lottery cards. Maybe he can find the character. In this way, his Qinglong Club will be officially online. Among them, Ni Kun, the leader of Yunjin Gate, is relatively close to the master of Lu Palace, said the white-haired old man. Ni Kun, the master of Yunjin Hand, Su Chen's eyes flashed with cold light. Okay, I know about this matter, and I will report it, Su Chen said. Then he turned and left. After Su Chen left, a black figure walked in. Great Elder, you are really confused, how can you tell the other party this news? The elder in black robe walked in. The second elder of the branch hall of Changhan Palace in Lingnan County. Are you going to hide it? This matter cannot be hidden. If he can deal with this matter before the arrival of the headquarters, the crisis between you and me may be resolved. The elder said in a deep voice. That's what I said, but I'm afraid you'll be in danger. At that time, the three of us might be sacrificed, the second elder in black robe said. He is not the owner of the token. It doesn't matter whether he dies or not, as long as the people behind him are safe, the white-haired elder said. He is not the owner of the token? You mean the people behind him are in the dark? I don't know about that. Don't worry about him. Just assist him, the elder said and left. After the old man left, the old man in black robe frowned slightly. What is this old guy thinking? What is he going to do? He pondered for a moment and left. Not long after the old man in black robe returned to his residence, he secretly left Changhan Palace. When he left Changhan Palace, a sturdy figure followed the old man. The old man in black robe seemed very anxious, but he didn't notice that someone was following him. Soon, the old man in black robe appeared in a house. Zhai Mansion, how did he get involved with Zhai Xianan? Seeing the old man in black robe walk into the house, the sturdy man frowned slightly and left quietly. Su Chen did not go back to report to Murin Qingchen immediately. Instead, he was waiting for the investigation of Jinfeng Xiaoyu Tower. If it was Ni Kun who did it, then he would get rid of Ni Kun first and complete Liu Wumei's task. Chapter 124, Direct Action, Night Visit to Ni Kun. You said the second elder went to the residence of the right provincial governor Zhai Xianan, in a secret room. The chief elder of the Lingnan County Changhan Palace branch hall looked at the sturdy man in front of him and said. This sturdy man was the third elder of the Changhan Palace branch hall, Li Dong. I saw him enter the Zhai mansion in person. The chief elder said that the head of the Lu Palace had colluded with Zhai Xianan before. This is a little unlikely, Li Dong asked doubtfully. Yes, Lu Wuhu and Zhai Xianan have no place to cooperate. What is the second elder going to do in the Zhai mansion at this time? The white-haired elder also showed a puzzled look on his face. Does this matter need to be informed to the special envoy? Li Dong said. Let's talk about it after the people from the headquarters come. Anyway, we have already provided the special envoy with the information about Ni Kun. What the special envoy does has nothing to do with us. Send someone to keep an eye on Xianjin Xiao Ni Kun, and inform me immediately if there is any news, the white-haired elder ordered. Okay, the third elder Li Dong nodded and turned to leave. Inside the secret room, the elder's expression became solemn. It seems that Lu Wuhu is really dead. When you tried to kill Liu Wumei, you were killed by Liu Wumei. The person who entered the secret vault must be a fake, but they didn't expect that all the things in the secret vault were moved away by you. You are dead, so the people who cooperated with you killed Liu Wumei, the white-haired elder said in a deep voice. He was sure that Lu Wuhu was really dead now. On the other side, the black-robed man wearing a bamboo hat who appeared in the Golden Wind and Rain Tower today appeared in an abandoned manor. Inside the manor, a figure was in the dark. A woman wearing a veil was standing there. It was Zihanayu from the Hanayu sect. The black-robed man entered the manor and said to the shadow. The Golden Wind and Rain Tower did not accept the task of killing Helian Chunshu, but they introduced a killer organization called King Longhu, the black-robed man said. King Longhu, the person in the dark, heard this and showed a puzzled look on her face. She had never heard of this killer organization. I heard from Bai Tianyu that this King Long Club is also just about to come out, and it is a friend of theirs, the black-robed man replied. Could it be that they are hidden strength? How can they take our business? Zihanayu asked. Golden Wind and Rainy House will introduce you, but the other party needs to pay half of the deposit first, the black-robed man said. Pay the general deposit first, Zihanayu frowned slightly. After I find someone to discuss this matter, you can go to Golden Wind and Rainy House again, Zihanayu said in a deep voice. Okay, the black-robed man nodded, and left quickly, and disappeared in the blink of an eye. Zihanayu, who was in the dark, came out, frowned slightly, turned around and left, and went to the house of Yanyu of the Northern Pacification Division. Yan's mansion. In the house, Pei Xiangsu and Yanyu were standing in the living room. The two looked solemn, as if they were waiting for someone to come. Suddenly, a black figure walked directly into the living room. Pei Xiangsu saw the visitor and quickly closed all the doors, and waited outside the door. Did the Jinfeng Xiaoyu Tower agree? Yanyu said. Jinfeng Xiaoyu Tower did not agree, but they introduced a killer organization called Qinglong Society. I wonder if Commander Yan knows about this. Qinglong Society? Zihanayu asked. Qinglong Society? There is no information about such a force in Maibi's Hanfu division. It should have never appeared, Yanyu frowned and said. This Qinglong Society should be related to Xianaya Pavilion behind Jinfeng Xiaoyu Tower. This Xianaya Pavilion can secretly support Jinfeng Xiaoyu Tower and can also create a Qinglong Society. This time they have to pay half of the deposit first, Zihanayu said. They are asking for half of the deposit before they do anything. This Qinglong Society is really brave, Yanyu said coldly. What do you think about this matter? Zihanayu looked at Yanyu and said. Let's contact them first and see how strong they are. If they can help us kill Helian Chunshu, the gold will be delivered in full, Yanyu said. Okay, then I will contact them, Zihanayu nodded, and did not stay here. She turned around and pushed the door open to leave. The old man who was guarding outside walked into the hall after Zihanayu left. Sir, has Zihanayu dealt with Jinfeng Xiaoyu Tower? Pei Xiangsu said. Jinfeng Xiaoyu Tower introduced another organization called Qinglong Society. According to Zihanayu, this Qinglong Society may be the same as Jinfeng Xiaoyu Tower, which is a force arranged by Xianaya Pavilion in the Great Zhou Dynasty. Yanyu frowned and said. Sir, we don't need to think too much, as long as Helian Chunshu is dead. Qinglong Society, Jinfeng Xiaoyu Tower, no matter what their relationship is, once Helian Chunshu is dead, we can say that the killer comes from Jinfeng Xiaoyu Tower, Pei Xiangsu said. But this Qinglong Club needs half of the deposit in advance. You should prepare some secretly and don't reveal any flaws, Yanyu said. I will go and raise funds secretly. Pei Xiangsu bowed and left the living room. Yanyu sat on the bench, tapping his fingers on the table. Once this thing is done, it will be difficult for him to turn back. Su Chen received news from Jinfeng Xiaoyu Tower. Lu Wuhu did meet Ni Kun recently. Just after Liu Wumei became the deputy hall master of the Changhen Palace branch hall. It should be this Xianjin Xiao Ni Kun, then get rid of you first. Su Chen didn't need to understand the other party's motive for killing. He just needed to kill the person who killed Liu Wumei. It was late at night and the coolness swept out. Su Chen put on his nightgown and quickly left the inn. At one place, he met a figure, and the one who met him was Xiao Qiushu. Xianjin Xiao Ni Kun was the master of Xianjinmen, the master of a sect, but it was difficult for Su Chen to kill him. So Xiao Qiushu took action. My lord, Xiao Qiushu said after seeing Su Chen bow slightly, my lord, Ni Kun from Xianjinmen has been in Lingnan County recently and has not returned to Xianjinmen. Subordinates, take the lord there, Xiao Qiushu said. Let's go, Su Chen nodded. There were no people on the street late at night, only the night watchmen holding lanterns on the street. The two of them moved very quickly. They quickly appeared outside a mansion. That Ni Kun is here, my lord, should I catch him or take action inside? Xiao Qiushu stopped and said. Go in, let's find out the details of the other party first, Su Chen said. He also wanted to see if he could learn something from Nikon. The two of them jumped into the courtyard. Xiao Qiushu took Su Chen through several corridors, came to a wing room, and pushed the door directly into it. Chapter 125 Jing Wuming, A Fei. Xiao Qiushu's strength is much stronger than that of Nikon, the Golden Hand that day. They have no need to hide their whereabouts. The sound of the door being pushed open instantly awakened Nikon, who was sleeping soundly. He raised his hand and grabbed the convenient clothes and put them on him instantly. He raised his hand and waved. The candles in the room lit up instantly. He looked at Xiao Qiushu and Su Chen, who entered with a serious look. Su Chen wore a bamboo hat, while Xiao Qiushu wore a green robe without covering his face. "Who are you?" Nikon looked at Xiao Qiushu and said. The man in the black robe did not give him a sense of oppression, but Xiao Qiushu gave him a palpitating feeling. "Did you kill Liu Wumei?" Xiao Qiushu did not speak, and Su Chen spoke. Hearing Su Chen's words, Nikon's face changed. "Are you from Changhan Palace?" "People from Changhan Palace will not arrive so soon." Nikon looked at Su Chen and said. "It seems that you killed Liu Wumei, so tell me why you killed Liu Wumei." Su Chen looked at Nikon and said. "If you want to know, take my palm first." At this moment, Nikon stomped the ground suddenly. Bang! The bricks and stones on the ground shattered. His figure suddenly shot towards Su Chen, his palms turned golden, he clenched them suddenly, and then punched out. The fist blasted out with a strong wave of energy. Su Chen opposite him stared at him, but his figure did not move. But Xiao Chu Shui beside him, the energy in his body burst out, and the surging energy formed a huge force field that directly swept towards Nikon. Nikon, who had made a move, was pressed by the wave of energy and knelt on the ground with a plop. The bricks and stones on the ground shattered directly, and the whole house seemed to shake. Some people outside the house heard the movement and quickly came here. But Xiao Chu Shui, who was standing at the door, raised his palm and slapped it out. The huge energy was like a wave, and those who rushed into the courtyard were slapped out with one palm, spitting blood and dying. People who came from behind saw this situation. They didn't dare to step into the courtyard at all and left quickly. They didn't want to be killed by someone like the people who rushed in earlier. The state of unity of spirit and soul. Seeing this, Nikon's face turned pale. His eyes were fixed on Xiao Chu Shui. He didn't expect that the one who attacked him was actually a strong man who had united his spirit and soul. In front of such a strong man, he had no chance to escape and his face was ashen. "Tell me, why did you want to kill Liu Wumei?" Su Chen asked from the side. Hearing Su Chen's words, Nikon's expression moved, as if he was a little moved. "Tell me, who is the person who cooperated with Lu Wuhu, and what is the purpose of your cooperation?" Su Chen continued. "It seems that you are really from Changhan Palace, and you should have come to Lingnan County Mansion a long time ago. Lu Wuhu should have been killed by you." Nikon looked at Su Chen and said. "Yes, Lu Wuhu died in my hands. I was just cleaning up the mess. Tell me, maybe I can spare your life." Hearing Su Chen's words, Nikon said, "Okay, I'll tell you, who is it?" But when he was talking, his aura suddenly surged and rushed towards Su Chen. "Die!" He raised his palm, and a burst of energy burst out from his palm, slapping towards Su Chen. The speed of his attack was extremely fast, tearing the air directly, like a storm hiding the shore. The force was so strong. Before he died, he also wanted to take someone with him. Xiao Qiushu. He couldn't kill him, but he could kill Su Chen. But at this time, Xiao Qiushu's long sword was instantly unsheathed, and he slashed with the sword. The sword light tore through Nikon's palm power and slashed on his face. Nikon, who had made the move, suddenly stopped. Then he fell to the ground with a plop. He wanted to look up at Xiao Qiushu, but he didn't raise his head and fell directly to the ground. Su Chen walked forward and turned Nikon's body over. A sword mark appeared on his face, which went deep into his head, but did not penetrate it. The degree of control of the sword energy was so terrifying. Su Chen searched for Nikon's things and found some banknotes and a jade pendant with a blood-red crescent. Other useful things were not found. Just when Su Chen was about to put away the crescent jade pendant, he found that blood was flowing from Nikon's forehead, and it turned from red to black. And his exposed skin became dark. "This is poisoning." Xiao Qiushu walked in front of Nikon and reached out to check. A stream of energy entered the other party's body, and his face condensed. "Master, Nikon's body was poisoned. Just now, it should be my sword energy that destroyed the poison sac in his body." allowing the poison to spread throughout his body. It seems that he should be controlled by someone with poison, otherwise, he would not cherish his life. Let's go, Su Chen said. At this time, Su Chen's task was completed, and he got 2 blue lottery cards. Liu Wumi's revenge was avenged. As for who is behind Nikun, it will be up to others to investigate, and it has nothing to do with him. He plans to go back tomorrow and report the news to Murin King. The two left quickly. After they left for a while, the servant hiding in the mansion heard no movement inside, and after a long time, he entered the wing room. Looking at Nikun lying on the ground, he exclaimed. Soon, the death of Nikun spread throughout the Lingnan prefecture. Especially the great elder of Changhan Palace who has been paying attention to Nikun. He looked at the letter that had just been passed in front of him. His eyes condensed. He was killed by a sword and his body was poisoned. The other party's sword was sharp, and it should not be poisoned. That means that Nikun's body is poisoned and he is controlled by someone. Thinking of this, the great elder felt a chill in his heart. He calmed down and put the letter down. Did the special envoy do it, or who else? With the poison under control, the people behind Nikun shouldn't do it, but the special envoy's strength is such that Nikun can't be killed. Could it be that the royal envoy's people did it? The elder thought to himself. Su Chen returned to the inn. Looking at the 2 blue lottery cards he got, he drew them directly. He hoped to draw a character. Now he wants to create the Qinglong Club, and he needs some manpower. Get the character card Jing Wuming, get the character card A Fei. Hearing this voice, Su Chen's eyes were stunned. Both of them are sword-wielding characters, and they are also sword masters who pursue a one-sword kill. Checking the strength of the two, they are in the middle stage of the soul refining realm, and are about to reach the late stage of the soul refining realm. Looking at the strength of these two people, although they are in the middle stage of the soul refining realm, they are fighting for life and death, and it is estimated that even the peak of the soul refining realm will have to be careful. If these two people get into the Qinglong Club, they will definitely make the Qinglong Club famous. Summon these two people directly. Bring the token and let them reunite with Xiaochu Shui. Xiaochu Shui has never appeared before, so he can temporarily appear in secret as the 12th Hall Master of the Qinglong Society. End of this chapter. Thank you very much for reaching the end. Don't forget to like. Looking for more exclusive content and immediate access? Subscribe to our Patreon. Remember, every like, subscription, or donation encourages us to continue. Thanks to everyone. See you in the next video.